In every form of
The music died. I was chilling for a second there. Is he right? Would be unstable. I keep saying it is. Oh well. Alright, let's get into this today. Gonna have to make a new game because we had. I realized it by dying so much last time as well. We didn't have enough, or I didn't level up properly, and I lost our instructor that for that jump. So we're just gonna have to do it like this. Just didn't work, did it? Let's see if I've got any faster to starting of it. I probably haven't now. Hey, bro. I mean, I've already. Oh my god! No way, bro. He's here. Legends, we're told, of the one mod that would never turn up because he was too busy with his fucking e-girl. But here he is. Crazy. I've got a count stream on in the background. I've got him in the back. Oh, the bit rate goes down. Well, you know why, don't you? Yeah, I had to make a new character. Am I actually really quiet? I've messed with a game, or is it like you? Is that better? Is that fine? Yeah, maybe it's your volume settings, bro. You have your max volume. Are you watching me on your fucking phone? I think it's like going into the red. Oh, that's really weird. Is it your volume gain or something? I don't want to make it too loud in case you hear the clicking. Sorry, Max, I'm just gonna deafen you. I'll do this. This should be like everyone's right. Well, I'll get here. Wait, yeah, here. Here seems like the perfect bit of being in the green and sometimes edging into the yellow. I'm not sure if I am just like screaming. Yeah. Right. Anyway, yeah, so we had to restart. So you know how I went to do that jump before you left? Wait, what where was I stuck at? Oh shit. I was stuck at the bloodhound, right? But I look like that. Went for something new. I felt like the normal guy was getting old. This bright red pink person is gonna be a bit more quirky. You know, fuck with it. I fuck with it. You look unprofessional. Okay, buddy. I'll have clothes on soon, bro. Don't worry. I'll get like Elden Ring suit mod. Surely that won't like discredit anyone I do. Just gonna keep this rune now. Boss baby mod, yeah, for sure, bro. I've got better at quitting out, for sure. Like I think, as much as I've definitely not done the run yet, or like I definitely will struggle with this jump again. I've gotten better with the quitting out. So like, yeah, I'm a very good quitter. Some would say I quit so well, it's actually bad. The only thing I can't do is I think, yeah, I can't quit out on the grace. That would have lost time. Oh, I actually need to use this. Fuck. I thought I was saving time.
I can also select your lot then, why not? I am Carly.
I think I have to... Oh, man, I have to... That's not what I wanted to show. Get out of here, boy. Got that window's open. Oh, bro, it's so cooked. I think in like after I get this jump again, I will I'll grab that. I'm really craving custard, so I'm gonna grab some custard and I'll watch that Trackmania video you talked about yesterday. Oh, I managed to that time. I could have put out there. Oh well. Where is Ollie? Is he with your grandparents or something? Oh, you're not seeing Huz this time, bro. Not allowing you to. Oh, she's here.
But you, I can play turning to aid you.
All right,
To the
nice.
foot of
The good aunt or the bad aunt?
Then it's summon me. Ah, I bequeath. You, it will some torrent. Treat him with.
Fuck, I've got to do this. I'm gonna be the bad aunt. Yeah, fair enough, man. I don't think about that. Went the wrong way already. I'm not even sure what that shouting is either. Bro, why is it not jumping? Nice game. But yeah, so I thought I'd treat that little. To be fair, I'm actually quite excited to watch it. I really enjoyed watching that Pac-Man one yesterday. And you tried to tell me not to. No, guys, you're gonna mess my breaking up, guys. Please. Eating Squid Game crisps. Become a shill. I've ate these crisps before. Don't worry about that time. Picked. Alright, first time, bro. Here we go. Oh, that was a warm-up run. That was a warm-up run. This better not happen again, bro. Oh. Oh man. So the first stream you missed, we did this for maybe 45 minutes, I think it was. 45 minutes, an hour, I think. We got pretty consistently at one point, and it got to the bit where it was just when we're at the top. But yeah, Max is right. The first stream was basically just this. Callum popped in every now and then, told me I was shit, and he'd leave. Never came back. That was close. I didn't come out far enough. Thing is now is that I've done it. I know where to go wrong and where to go right. And that's obviously very wrong. A golden seed. Not allowed to pick them up though. Actually, wait, no, I'm going to pick this one up. So I don't know why I'm not hitting that branch as well as I should have the first time. To be fair, being able to actually get up on that wall, like, see, the first time I tried this, I could not jump up here. Fuck. That was nearly like a nice 50-minute shaved off personal best. That could have been good. Oh yeah, it spawns me like so far over here. So yeah, if this was like an actual run, we've lost so much time, which is obviously very apparent, but you know what I mean. Oh, that is painful. I have to like jump and collect runes at the same time. I might just have to abandon them here. I'm gonna go sort a few holiday things. Oh, nice one. When do you leave again? Is it tomorrow? That was nearly it again. Oh. Oh well. One at a time. Is our guy here? What the hell is that? There is! That's so weird. Oh, he's not registering as being on top of that, and I could not tell you why. Must be coming too far in. And go further out. Okay, bro. This is getting a bit annoying now. Like that, you should be up there. Yeah, like... Oh, not spend another 40 minutes on this, that's for sure. Okay, now I'm getting too nervous to jump out properly, which is not what we need. But he also needs to actually jump off properly. Yeah, bro, I would pick up the runes if I could. I also just missed that entire fucking conversation, but that's okay. I can't. It's constantly yellowed out or grayed out. I can't actually. I can go over it, but I can't actually pick them up. So my runes are forever stuck in Celia Skip limbo. That was horrible. Limbo? Magic? Marvel Rivals? Probably just like, never mind. Can't fast travel yet. These guys want a piece of me. I'm probably ready to go play it. But I've got work in the morning. I can't play rifles. I mean, if you say so, dude. As I hear you. Yeah, nice one, bro. Why is this guy always following me? That was fucking abysmal. Genuinely abysmal. I wonder if those runes are glitched up there, though. Oh well. Attempt number 1 for sure. Oh wow, I can't believe I just got out of the Celia tunnel at 16 minutes. Fuck me. I don't get how people do this so flawlessly. Like some guys just come up here, jump up, and just hit it first time. I get practice makes perfect and all, but come on. I forget I'm gonna go actually. Holy. Yeah, I did it, bro. Not 40 plus minutes skip this time, only like 10. Oh, bro, I thought it said acquire materials. Oh well, let's sit down before these guys can get us.
To determine if you have
Oh, I was not meant to do this bit yet.
There is, but I can take gathering.
No, I forgot to do. I had to go kill the swamp. Oh, bro, that was just stupid. I meant to go to first step Dragon Runes chest. Dragon Runes chest. Oh, right, I don't know what that means. Hug left wall and do jump to kill and did that. Church of us. Get Somber Stone from killing swamp. I think it's down here. Yeah, it is. Oh, right. Because we go back to here and then come out and go left or right. So guys, update my notes. Yeah, I've got notes now because I keep losing my way so often. I've actually done the notes in a way I can understand, and even then I can't understand what I'm trying to say again. 86 pages. Yeah, bro, it is. It is actually. Oh, I've even got the map of Elden Ring printed out, bro. Nah, I know. I just don't need that. You just don't need that much, do you? Like, you just don't need that much info on a game, especially when you're doing like the most boring run-on to man. All my homies hate legendary survival difficulty Skyrim. I'm dead here. Okay, never mind. I think I should have ran further back. Don't think I'm going to be able to do this fast enough, but we'll see. Nah, didn't. I have to come over here. Wow. Then go back in. Okay, that could have been bad. I don't know why I clicked. I'm so used to things trying to stop you from going somewhere. Make sure you want to do this. Automatically highlights no. So after this, then we go to Fort Farith, I assume. Already went the wrong way. Try bug sledding horse. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can. Saying you won't get that reference. You weren't here yesterday. There's 0 runes here, I think. Missed it anyway. Alright, we'll see if we can do bug slide. We'll do Uber bug. There we go. Uber bug done. I hate how slow I am, bro. We can maybe do this smoothly first time, but we'll see. So load in map YA just instantly. I think it'll take us straight to George Millicent. If not, it's not the end of the world. Boom. That was actually so slick. What are you? What the fuck that, bro? What the frick, dude? Bro, babying in chat. Bro, what's happening? With all the dogs. We love the dogs. Alright, one time you kill a dog and I have to run after you for like 10 minutes, bro. Good times, good times. That's how we do the race skip. I think I went the wrong way. Where am I going? Going to... Fort Hay. But I think I need to go to... Thornhill. Jack or something first. That could have been bad. If I keep following this. Through. No storm here, buddy. This is Elden Ring. I think I got lost. That's crazy. My notes confused me. So upsetting seeing that one at 20 minutes, 7 minutes, and ours is like 30. We go here, then we go diagonally, we keep going diagonally. Yeah, guys, I'm just washed, my bad. Oh, we have a merchant here that we need to buy Centrina's arrows from, but I don't think we have those runes anymore. So I actually can't find the merchant anyway. Oh, here he is.
Dear customer, yes, right this way. Right this way.
Jump off the horse.
Well, you casties, I'm hungry.
Oh, we're going to sell this and buy these. Get back on the horse. Get to. Oh, sorry, chat is gone. There we go. Doesn't matter. The last thing it says that was this game sucks, so I just guess there's like end my life or something. Yeah, bro, if I died to rats here, big man, might kill myself. That's gonna blow up. Hi, buddy. Playing bombs are genuinely. I know you couldn't do this because you'd be stuck killing them all, wouldn't you? But there's a way I can like jump at the same time. I think we go. Oh shit. Well, I guess I'm not on time to think actually. Lamau. Gate front. Yeah, so I need to go then to the gate front. And then go to Luernia. Do I need those runes? Is it worth going back and getting? I'll just fucking leave it. Yeah, I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't think that the knight was going to follow me all the way up the fucking ladder for some reason. I heard something, but I assumed he was hitting the bottom of the ladder. Audio cues in this game. I'm not him yet. Okay, buddy. Bit late. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Keywords. We're doing this in our sleep soon enough. Oh. Nailed that one. Nailed that one. So, I think I could probably get this jump done either first or third try. But we'll wait and see. I'm not going to say anything too much just yet. Honestly, if we did that jump first time, we're on pretty good pace. I mean, we're dying a couple times. But I kind of expect that the first few times, because I'm not used to every single button press. Like, that's not second nature. And after watching that video yesterday, we had, like, people were putting 600 plus hours into games, like, consistently looking for new ways to make it shorter. So, yeah, I'm not naive. I don't think I'll be. Fuck, man. Close enough. I think I didn't let myself get off too much. Like I said, it was first or third. This jump is not going to be it either. Yeah, Torrent actually carries like the first. Like, Torrent carries this run for sure. Like the fact he has that double jump ability, crazy. Damn. I think I'm not too close to the corner either. I was really hoping we got it first time as well. Oh well. It is what it is. Uberbug that cat. That's what I'm trying to do, bro. This is an Elden Ring Uberbug. I think if I get far enough at 9, I'll pop on that video and eat some dessert. I'm still a bit peckish. I'm excited to see what this tutor's like. Didn't let myself get far enough off. I already knew that. I knew that wasn't going to happen. Oh, I should have just turned around. You missed the skip. You missed the skip to Rodan yesterday. That was quite difficult. I kept turning left and you meant to turn right. It's like that weird. You have to turn like right and not like you need to make sure you're 90 degrees facing where you used to be and to the right rather than to the left. So I kept turning to the left thinking, oh, this is where I'm meant to be. No, it needs to be right. Nah, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah. I'm jumping too early. So, gate front, Stormhill. Stormhill jump and drop to ruins. Yeah, get to Liurnia. Jump off that bit and then cross straight to King's Realm. Where we find Ichi! Then we have to go to the Bellum Highway. So we're like 2 minutes. I think we're like technically 2 minutes off killing just one tree sentinel here, which was fun to do last time. Oh, there we go. Oh, that tree one. Yeah, so it's here. I meant to. That could have been badly. It's not like reading my movements. Okay, it didn't let me jump a second time there. That was so weird. I tried to jump onto there and it didn't let me. And then as I tried to come back to save it, it jumped again. Like it actually did double jump what I wanted to do. So, yeah. Also, guys, 75% of the way to get 20 followers. Crazy. Funny, because every time you get a scammer in, they follow anyway. So if we just hope for like 5 more scammers, hopefully that pushes up Twitch's agenda. And they're like, oh, this guy's actually so chill. Okay, that was too early. That was way too early. Or we're messing up the easy jump, bro. It's not worth it, is it? I had Callan to hop in this chat, bro. I had 3 unique chatters at the same time. You already know bro's too busy playing his Valorant games. Whenever I stream, he's either sleeping or playing Valorant. I don't get it. I'll jump in his chat in a minute. Next time I die, trust. We'll just stream together. What's it? Can I speedrun Elden Ring first, or can he get a win streak? Nice. I think that's the most consistent jump we've done so far. What? Am I too far over? Don't even think this jump's that hard. I said 3rd time, and here I am. Okay, that was too early. Yeah, once again, I'm just not learning to fall off properly. Making it fall off. Bad face. Is bit rate and stuff fine? Or is this like a Jack for all trade stream special? Very good. Perfect. It popped up unstable for a second. I was worried that it was going to keep on doing that. Because I have the stream on in the background. Nice, that one was good. Just need to hug the wall a bit more, I think. Is what it is. Bro, that wolf better not mess up my stamina. Yeah, it is, never mind. Ah, it's cooked. Never mind, I think I found a new way to get down that doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna die. Oh, that rune's there? I think that is. Oh, cheers, bro. W's in the shower. Also, call me cocky. I think it's a bit more entertaining. Like, it's a bit entertaining what's going on here. Purified rune. I think I'm meant to be here. Yeah, no, I'm meant to be over here. So I think we are No, I think it lags because of what I've got going on in the background. Like if I have it real quick. And I pop on here. I don't know if the bitrate goes. The setup right now is pretty diabolical. I've got nah, I missed that one. Shit dog. I've got like Talent's Room, third monitor. With no volume, because I think you guys would be able to like hear that. I need to learn how to nail that jump. I need to, next time we do this, I need to get that state of grace and let myself keep on. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I do that now. If I go up here. Hey guys, passing through. Oh, I'm dead here. This one right now, like, it's still excellent, but doesn't seem it. Does not seem it. What? Nice gameplay. Why, it's just Big Daddy Fire Chariot here. Actual Elden Ring Night Rain fucking gameplay. Oh, stinky. Yeah, okay, buddy. Don't make me open up Skyrim and go fucking Markarth. Don't act like I won't do it. Markarth to go kind of hard. Like Subway Surfers underneath this stream. You know what? You know what, buddy? You know what? I am a kind and generous soul. Don't you worry. Don't you worry one little bit. You want Markarth, you can get Markarth. You want Markarth? You can get Markarth. What's this? What do you mean download? Don't log me in, bro. I don't want any of my shit on, like... Don't do this to me. No, because I don't know what save game this is, so I really don't want to start from there. Please leave me alone. Bro. Why is my game not working? Come on, bro. That fucking ass music out my stream. Bro, please. Please. It's actually crashed my PC. We're back. What are we doing here? We're doing a special speedrun in Elden Ring. It's called the Markarth speedrun. At any point in your run, you have to start a new game in Skyrim and basically get to Markarth as quickly as possible. Oh, I didn't think about how long this was going to be. I did not think about how long this was going to be. Holy. Oh no, I don't want to listen to this. I hate this game so much. Leave me alone. Audio. Just gonna put everything down a little bit. Go on, novice. Just so we can get our Markarth special. Need to get there as quick as possible. Alright, what do we talk about in the meantime? Yeah. Taxes. Am I right? Thank God I'm not American. Thank God I can't hear this guy. Why don't they gag like everyone's mouth? Because obviously only gag his, because he's like, oh, he can shout. I can shout. This is actually like a bad idea. Yeah, hope you're happy, by the way. Hope you're happy. You got what you wanted. Oh, nice one. Like, you can just hear the sound effects of, like, the horse. I'm not even putting on subtitles. This is so much better. He's waffling. I'm not listening. Nice Elden stream. You literally wanted this. You literally wanted this. Hi chat. Give us Skyrim. Give us Skyrim. Play Skyrim. I'm going with Elden Ring. What if I didn't do this? We would still be watching Elden Ring. We actually, you missed it. We had Subway Surfers under this stream, the first stream. You missed it all. You missed literally everything. We've already done the Subway Surfer a bit, and it was because I spent 40+ minutes doing that jump. Actually, I'd say where we're at right now in this stream, we're an hour in. I would have probably just got past that jump at this point. My Valorant Pookie Bear would have been like fast asleep at this point. How quickly can we get out of here again? I think I could just run past everything. Right, bro, I will get onto this. I will get onto your little reaction content in 5 minutes, bro. Trust. This Markarth speedrun will be so quick. I didn't mean that. I did not mean that. I'm just flashing everything today, bro. It's so awkwardly quiet. Well, bro, I've got auto saving on. Got lasagna react channel. I think that'll just be a long lasagna. I genuinely think so. I've technically already done that, like react Andy to the old video. I think it's a nice little like break though. Like, you know, 3 hours of Elden Ring. It's like oh, see, because I can't hear it, I completely forgot he runs. So I just looked back and he was bolting it. Right, this is gonna be the fastest character creation ever. Finish and name your character. Speedrun Markarth. That's how you spell Markarth in Skyrim talk. Yeah, no, like I think it's quite a nice little break. Like an hour in, little stream. of like watching a little video, Trackmania. That was quite good. Like that content was quite fun. And then back into it for a bit. It splits up, keeps your attention instead of like same one jump. When I get into being able to run it in like 56 minutes or like an hour or like an hour and 5 minutes, then like if it's consistent enough, I don't think I'd break it up as much. I do like one run, maybe I break down another run, see how much we can like shave off the time. Trust me, as soon as I'm in the top 10 of like the any percentage glitchless, I will be happy, and I can see where I'm at with like streaming and like the community. So if I've got like even like a community of 15 consistent people that tune in, I'll be more, not even 15, like 5 or 10. Not that you two aren't enough, you two are enough. But like it's what they want, like what you guys want. Like if you did just want me to like sit and react Andy all the time, probably would. But yeah, I think speedrun a different game, I would do that. I'd maybe not Trackmania because that shit looks intense. Oh bro. Then your girl's playing Sims 4. She about to make use of a little family. Nice. I should probably look away. Make it censored, bro. See the cutscenes, would this count as a Skyrim speedrun? Could the Markarth like run be an actual like route? So I wonder if technically you could just head all the way to Markarth without getting like soft locked. Trigger warning, girls. True. True. Wasn't that when my ring maiden was on screen, bro? I think you can kill this guy. I think there's a quest at one point to kill this guy. That's different, bro. I'm sure it is. That is wife, actually, true. We love our ring maiden. Marika. How do you sprint in this? Of course it's all. Why would it not be all, bro? Sensitivity is so ass as well. Are you Stormcloak or are you Imperial? Please unbound my hands, bro. Please. I have to take all of it? Has my game already soft locked me? No way. There we go. Markarth run is in progress. This is so, like, awful. This feels so off. Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm doing the Markarth run in honor of you. We're doing Elden Ring like a minute ago. This is a bit. I definitely will not be playing this as hardcore as you. We're out of stamina, but that's actually optimal. Oh, we're getting attacked with lightning. Actually optimal. You're not Skyriming today. Oh man. This is in Jack 4 all trades honor then. Giving the people what they want. Die, bro. And Minecraft sky blocking. Oh man, that's actually pretty cool. Well, we did there was no bug slides in this game. Actually, no, I'll show you a bug slide. There'll be a bug sliding down here. Lamau. Was that a good one? That was a good one, wasn't it? I'm pretty impressed with that. How much gold is it? Is it 50 gold to fast travel on carriage? Then I got to go on work. Yeah, well, enjoy the rest of your shift, bro. And I might hop into stream later. Mass unfollowing. Yeah. Me and my 14 followers, they're all just gonna disappear. Oh no, it will not enable survival mode. That's fucking ass. There's Sea Leader, maybe. Yeah, I'll pop in probably. No more tutorials. Whiterun is straight across. My question is that Bleakfall Barrows there then? No, it can't be. Yeah, yeah. I actually thought like the starting bit was a lot quicker, and I thought my stamina would regen a lot faster. But here we are. I can already hear them. Oh, bro. Actually, wait. Can I not just... That is Bleakfall Barrows, which means you can technically just go around this way. Oh, bro. I messed it up. How many bunnies? Third game on stream. We're playing Peak now. Come on, bro. When did they add invisible walls into this game that were just higher than fucking anything? Yeah, whatever, man. Give up on that bit. Surely up here. Nice cancer game. My sensitivity is so low as well. I'm having to, like, swing my mouse around. Bro. To be fair, that's like playing Elden Ring, bro. The amount of times I've jumped with my horse and just insta-lost. Crazy. We're also playing Novice, so I think our health regens so fast, yeah. It's already regenning. Okay, this might kill us. Yeah, it did. Nice one. Oh. No! Is it worth the bit? Is it worth the bit to go all the way to Markarth? I don't know, man. I guess, like, I guess my healing doesn't go that quickly. That's fucking weird. Oh, fine, don't worry, bro. I'm a goat at jumping down off fucking Embershard mine. What that name? That death was needed. It was in between. It was to save time. It was to save time. Now we can skip that entire area and just go straight up here. If we had a horse, I reckon we could get up there. But we don't. Unless. I might actually be the goat. Who would have thought? There's got to be a Markarth one, surely. If not, we've just optimized it in like the nicest way possible. Hi guys. Don't shoot any arrows at me, please. Thank you. I think Callan's team is getting an. Oh no, they're hand tie and tie. They're both 8-8. He is currently top fragging. Jake laughed at me because I have work at 4 AM tomorrow in my life now. Wait, is the Discord popping off? Am I just not there? Oh yeah, he did. I fucked that so hard though. So wait, Max, you leave tomorrow, right? Yeah, bro's unemployed and goes on holiday. It's crazy. My only issue is well, not an issue, but I'll be in Ireland for like 5 days, I think. So I'll be away, and obviously the day before I won't be here. So it'll be like a week off, which I think I'm just going to recharge with. Not that I do this extensively enough to need to recharge, but you know what I mean. I think it'll be a bit shit though. I enjoy it as much as it's like just like Max or Sen, like or like one of you in chat, and like just me sitting playing a video game. It's nice. I like it. It's nice and soothing to just sit like live and talk to you while I play like a crap video game and do a crap fucking run. Bro, it's nearly done. It's nearly done. It's the first one. Holy. So guys, we did it. There's Aaron. Oh, I love Aaron. You already know about this. Bro. You came in chat and everything, and you're here. I wonder if you put two and two together. There we have it, bro. I saved her life, bro. I can't even hear her. Nice. We did it, boys. Alright, well, that was fun. That wasn't a waste of my time at all.
Of competition,
There we
will
go.
always in every form of competition there will always be cheaters.
Actually, I'm gonna go make custard. Do we want subtitles on? Then amongst yourselves. I'll be 2 seconds. I'm gonna go open this custard. Wait. What's Kendrick's favorite thing to put on an apple crumble? Custard. I'll let that sit with you. That's when gold stream over, bro. See, oh, what's the aimbot clip? Just saved our life, bro. It's just me massacring someone. Right, let's watch this.
Innate competitive drive and desire to win often lead people to do irrational things, and there will always be those who are willing to go to
Oh, not cancel me. I saved a woman's life, bro. That means something nowadays. Can't be cancelled for that. I will be revered for that. Captions off the. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm not allowed to then.
become the
Cool.
best by cheating and playing unfairly. Trackmania is an extremely competitive racing game franchise. In every Trackmania game, the goal is simply to drive as fast as you can to the finish line on any select track. There are individual leaderboards for each track in every Trackmania.
Oh, it's not there. B8 endurance, meant to be B13 endurance, bro.
And on every leaderboard, there's often not more than a few hundredths of a second separating good players from the very best players. In such a competitive environment, it's easy to develop thoughts of grandeur and contemplate cheating in order to win. Over the years, there have been some players who attempted to cheat, but most of them were quickly caught due to being reckless and using easily detectable cheating methods. With the rise of things like
That's probably the
tools
worst
like
thing you could have
speedrunning,
commented on this video,
perhaps
bro.
the Trackmania community should have been more aware that someone could have discovered more
What?
sophisticated cheating
Hold on. What is this? What is this thumbnail?
methods, and successfully managed to pass off cheated runs as legitimate.
That's like me having like a fat fucking like, I don't know, Elden Beast or something. I don't know, like having a like fat furry of like what's it called, Torrent, or the Elden Lord or something like that. I don't know. That's a
We were naive enough
crazy
to think that it
thumbnail.
couldn't happen. The Trackmania community is mostly based on trust and respect, and it was unimaginable to think that any of the top players would sink as low as to cheat records. But early in 2021, the community member Donadigo discovered the biggest instance of suspected cheating in Trackmania history. This discovery required a big investigation spanning over several months, with thousands of world record replays being analyzed. And now, the results of this cheating investigation are final. Before watching the video, I highly recommend that you go and read the full report. The link to it is in the top of the description.
Do I read the report? Parasitical thumbnail, yeah, so true. Is it worth reading the report or just watching the video?
I also want to be very
Okay.
clear that this video is not about hating on anyone or stirring up drama. The purpose of this video is to document the events that have happened and to address the situation the Trackmania community is now facing. What I'm presenting here are solely my opinions about the report, and those opinions are not reflective of the report in any way. Because of the scale and the severity of the events, I will be calling players by their actual gamer tags. Please be civil and do not harass or make any attempts to contact the players mentioned in this video. First
Remember
things
that
first, it's
Trackmania
important
like community was so tightly knit that some people are cheating. The entire community is up in arms. Like, fair
to
enough.
understand how the
To be
Trackmania
fair, I think that's a lot of
leaderboards
communities
work.
actually.
In order to claim a record in Trackmania, you must upload a replay file of your speedrun. Replay files are automatically created by the game when you complete a run, and they store the exact inputs a player did in that run. Replay files can be easily shared and uploaded to the leaderboards to then be downloaded to be viewed or raced against by other players. Replay files are great because they create a very low barrier of entry to competition, as players don't need to buy recording equipment in order to compete in Trackmania. But it also makes Trackmania leaderboards more susceptible to
To be fair, I don't actually know that is it virtual? To be fair, I don't think he's like, I don't think it caused drama in terms of normies were like, wow, I can't believe this person cheated. I think the community as a whole were like, I can't believe these big names were cheating. I assume like it is like the biggest cheating scandal. Like I'm assuming there's a lot of big names up there that have been like, yeah, we're the best. And it's like, no, you cheated. Like the last video we watched had that guy that just cried all the time. Like, kill yourself, buddy. Speedrun isn't that bad.
As with no requirement for live video evidence, it creates a possibility for cheating. The replay files in Trackmania also store a player's exact inputs. This is something that Donadigo discovered in 2019. Donadigo developed a tool that could extract inputs from replays and then play them back with a script to perfectly recreate a player's run. As in Trackmania, the physics are completely deterministic, meaning that all physics happen as a direct result of a player's actions. Let's take press forward tracks as an example. On press forward tracks, all the player has to do is press forward. And because the input is the exact same in every run,
we watch some Joshy bar or something just cry about people running Trackmania with like glitches
string of movements as well.
Or like not glitches,
the
bugs.
exact same sequence of inputs in Trackmania will always produce the exact same result. Donadigo later developed a tool that would display these inputs fetched from replays, so that players could analyze in high detail what exact steering movements were done in a world record run. And for a while, this functioned as a great learning resource. But early in 2021, a player requested Donadigo to display the inputs of a record set by the Trackmania streamer and content creator Riolu. And compared to what other
he looks like he looks like a professional player of Trackmania. Look at that. Crazy face structure, bro.
Like, Riolu's inputs looked strange to say the least. The steering movements were very erratic and jittery, and they didn't seem to make any sense whatsoever with how one would normally play the game. But a possible explanation was that maybe the input display was incorrectly showing the inputs. Well, Donadigo did several tests on this. He extracted the inputs from Riolu's replay on CO5 Endurance, which is a record Riolu drove live on stream. Then he compared his own display with inputs taken from the replay file to the input display Riolu uses on his live stream, and he found that the movement on both matched very accurately. Several comparisons like this were done, and it proved that the tool definitely wasn't at fault. After all the tool does is display the inputs the game received, so it does make sense that it is accurate with the live movement.
Yeah,
but could there be any other logical explanation for these inputs, like a broken controller, high sensitivity, playing on a joystick, or perhaps a third-party tool could affect inputs such as DX Tweak? All these possibilities were rigorously tested for, and they can be read about in the report. But in none of the tests done with these settings did players get close to replicating the inputs in Riolu's runs, in terms of frequency or precision. With these possibilities exhausted, an investigation was launched with the goal of figuring out if Riolu and potentially other Trackmania players were playing unfairly. An early suspicion was that the inputs could be a result of slowing down the game speed, using software like Cheat Engine. The advantage of driving Trackmania in slow motion is that you can be much more precise in turns, and have superhuman reaction times to situations happening in a run. And slowing down the game speed does not invalidate the physics of a run, as the game doesn't check if a run was driven in real time or not. But when played back in normal speed, the inputs from such a run would obviously look insane. A player called August was already banned from the Trackmania community for this exact method of cheating, and Riolu's runs did show some similarities to August's controller movement.
Yeah, look at the way the card
For the sake of fair competition, we began looking into the idea of the runs being driven in slow motion. I will be skipping over most technical details of the investigation in this video, but they can be read about in the report. Since we knew that inputs in runs driven in slow motion would most likely be much more rapid than the inputs in runs played at normal speed, we developed a method.
Wait, so did Virtual do the investigation himself? Well, not himself, but with other creators, like the creators themselves did.
Metric called spikes per second, in order to automatically detect replays containing fast steering movements. Anytime a player would change from steering left to right, or vice versa by more than 2,000 units, it would count as one spike. We then did an automatic analysis of 25,000 available replays from the leaderboards, searching for the ones with high spike per second values. It's important to understand that high spike per second...
Sorry, I don't know the name, but you said Donadingo the GOAT. Bro, I'm paying attention. I swear I'm paying attention.
Values does not mean that someone is automatically cheating, as it can just as likely be the result of things like using a defect controller, which would create a lot of noise in the analog input signal. This analysis for replays containing high spike per second values was merely an indicator into which players should be investigated further for potential cheating, and each detected player's case was carefully looked into in the report. I will now focus on the case of Riolu, as he is by far the most well-known Trackmania player in this investigation, so we put great effort into ensuring that the case is robust, and that we have considered all possibilities of how his records were achieved. Riolu has uploaded 573
if you're cheating a night raid and still losing,
in Nations
that's on you.
Forever. In total, his peak spikes per second average out at 11.73, which is a very high score considering the number of records. Upon closer inspection, we found that only runs played offline exhibited very high spikes per second and unnatural fast tapping movements, while his steering movements in runs played live on stream or on online servers is much smoother and the steering changes are less agile. Throughout the investigation, we have tried to find one online record or one run driven on stream which would showcase Riolu's ability to do these hand movements in a live setting, but we have yet to see any evidence of Riolu being able to reach such high spikes per second while driving precise corners.
Why cheat?
We have examined the possibilities of software such as DX Tweak or Joy2Key potentially affecting inputs, and we found that these tools do not modify a controller's behavior in a way that yields this movement, and especially not only at times when he isn't live streaming. The second most notable player that this investigation turned up is Techno, who together with Riolu occupied the top spots on the Trackmania United solo mode rankings for years. Techno reached out to us and admitted to having played many of his records in slow motion, using Cheat Engine at anywhere from 40 to 80% of real game speed. He also notes that he isn't proud of it and that it was something that he felt he had.
You know, that's crazy. Yeah, no, like, yeah, I guess something is to never get caught, but you can tell, like, as soon as you have that input, that it looks erratic, it looks unnatural, and then even the car itself, like in the game, you can see it juttering around, like it is constantly moving side to side at really high speed, which, you know, could be made for slowing the game down. I mean, I probably never would have done that, but like, you can tell that it's definitely like messed with. Crazy thing is, yeah. I mean, I've never watched a Trackmania streamer or like Trackmania gameplay, like bar yours, I think. But yeah, I think anyone, like, just lock in, bro. That's what I'm doing or trying to do. And I get told to go Mark Arth. I think I still plays, yeah. And maybe it's like trying to like make amends for being a cheater.
Interestingly, the inputs in runs that Techno has admitted to playing in slow motion and the inputs in Riolu's suspected runs look very similar in their nature. Both players reaching incredibly fast tapping speeds and doing very sudden movements. Following this, 2 more players among the 10 that deviated the furthest from the norm, Lons and Nico, have also reached out to us and admitted that they drove their records in slow motion. And when compared, their replays also exhibit the same behavior as seen in Riolu's offline records. We invite Riolu to provide a logical explanation for why his inputs look this way in his off-stream runs. But after exhausting all other possible explanation, we can only reach the conclusion that the incredibly fast inputs seen in Riolu's offline runs must be a result of using an external program to modify the speed of the game. Or, to put it quite simply, we argue that Riolu has cheated his records by driving in slow motion. The extent of this goes beyond just records set in Trackmania United Forever and Trackmania Nations Forever. These same steering movements can also be seen in runs on Trackmania 2 Canyon, Trackmania 2 Valley, Trackmania 2 Stadium, and also in Trackmania 2 Lagoon. These inputs also occur in Trackmania Turbo, both in world record runs and also in the Super Trackmaster medal replays. In 2015, Riolu was invited by Ubisoft Nadeo to set strong target times that would be included in Trackmania Turbo, as a tough challenge for players to try to beat, and we argue that he cheated these STM replays as well.
Oh my god.
The earliest suspected cheated replays emerged in 2011, and we see a steady pattern all the way until 2020. The most...
No wait, has he been cheating since he started playing the game, basically? That's nuts.
Recent run being uploaded on the 7th of December 2020. We would argue that he cheated the vast majority of records driven
that was 5 years ago.
during
That's
this period,
insane.
totaling up to potentially thousands of cheated records.
My
In the
God.
description, there will be links to playlists with 200 of Ryulu's records from various Trackmania games, so you can analyze the data yourself and reach your own conclusions.
So it's the STM runs, the creators of the game themselves wanting them to do, basically, and he's cheated them as well. Is that what you're saying? Like Ubisoft or
But
something?
you might
brought
ask
them out?
yourself, Ryulu is such a good Trackmania player, so why would he cheat? This we don't know, and it's something that we can only speculate about. A YouTuber called Carl Jobs deals a lot with cheaters in speedrunning, and one of his famous quotes is that great players don't cheat to get a good time, they cheat to get a good time faster. Nobody would deny that Ryulu is a good Trackmania player. He has demonstrated this in live competitions. But ego and a desire to be the best can often get the best of great athletes and players. And when chasing big goals, like trying to get to the top of the solo mode ladder, or simultaneously holding all world records in a game, and getting tantalizingly close to achieving them, it might be easy to get lured by the temptation to cheat. But we will never truly know why he might have done this until he himself comments about it. Ryulu recently went live on Twitch to talk about this situation before the release of the report. In the live stream, he did not state any possible explanation for his inputs, but instead spent most of the time attacking me for how I approached him in private. These following things are only something that I wanted to address personally, and this section is not in any way part of the actual investigation. On the live stream, he started by showing our private Discord conversation. At one point in this conversation, when shown a suspected
Sure, whether a DX tweak could affect anything to make inputs look different from what's actually happened in IRL wasn't just pad/joystick runs. We also found a KB run that has this abnormal fast tapping playstyle. Do you think this is too quick? Looks like Tetra's Grandmaster speeds. How many taps per second is this? Can you find that out? You as a KB player can probably tell whether this is matchable or not. I personally can't tell, I'm not experienced enough with KB. It's not so much the speed of the taps that stands out to me, but the strength of the taps. In the first left turn, you had a speed of 10 taps a second, and all the taps were at 0.02 strength, which to me seems next to impossible. This replay also stands out in peak speed in comparison to the other KB runs, where all the other KB runs for your highest peak was only 6 taps a second. What do you mean your taps? I've never played this map with KB. So I assume... Yeah, well, no wonder they were against him. He's went on stream and just basically tried to out him for being like, oh look, he's trying to say I'm cheating, guys, I don't cheat, when reality kind of does. So is the tap per second, like, so he's saying he's tapping a controller, but at 0.02 seconds strength, is that like he's tapping it basically full on, but like every like second, basically like half a second or whatever it is? So that is crazy, and obviously that would stand out as cheater. Like, there's no way you're fully pressing a button that quickly.
the keyboard replay on the track Stadium A3, he claimed to not have driven.
Well, that's on that's your run. How is this possible? Well, that's when you're hunting them at myself for world record. I don't know what to say to that. Well, me neither. 2011, I already stopped playing KB entirely, so whoever upped this replay wasn't me. Wouldn't be the first time someone got a hold of my account anyway. A few months ago, all my accounts were hacked as well. Someone were on trolling spree. There's no trying to say that he got hacked and was trolled.
Even though it was driven on his in-game account and uploaded to his Trackmania Exchange account. We looked into this claim and found that his story did not add up.
So it's a bit more into Stadium A3 run. 2 minutes before uploading it, you uploaded a PB on Stadium A4. The Stadium A4 run is a pad replay with a different tag, but leads us to believe that both runs are yours and you uploaded your PBs at the same time. So I'm sorry if it's a bit direct, but did you drive the Stadium A3 run? Why is he apologizing, bro? You're investigating him. Like, did you drive the Stadium A3 run? Like, this is your chance to get out. And if you did drive it, though, just admit it. Like, genuinely. Why would you?
Website stores your login sessions, and in this login session, Ryulu also uploaded several legitimate personal best records, leading us to believe that he was lying and that the keyboard run on Stadium A3 was indeed driven by him.
That's what reminds me of this. I watched that pred catching video where the guy Schlepp teamed up with Gideon or however you say it together to catch like a robot predator, and the entire time he meets up he's like, yeah bro, it's AI, it's AI, it's AI. And it's like, how is it AI? Oh, the AI did the text for me. Why are you getting AI to text minors for you? Like, it's so weird, bro. They blame AI for like the most crazy shit. It is really smart, but it is also really
The same
dangerous.
fast key tapping movements are also present in some of his Trackmania 2 Canyon runs that he would later drive on keyboard, runs that he himself uploaded to his YouTube channel, also tying into the idea that this record was driven by him. When we asked him to send us his replay folder for analysis,
I hope you understand these anomalies require a bit more looking into. If you have replays dating back to 2012, would you mind sending your replays folder in a zip so we can analyze further? Any particular map? Preferable would just be the entire Trackmania tracks replays folder. Lol, are you doubting me this much? Well, it's easier for both of us than asking for specific maps. We just run Donadingo's script. Oh, right, yeah, Donadingo, the guy. Yeah, okay, my bad. I remember the guy that made the script. I didn't know his name was Donadingo. Or Donadigo? Doesn't matter. Script through it and analyze anything that came up. Also, I'm completely aware that everyone has their runs they'd never intend to upload, so things like that would be completely disregarded. I think, like, I get that he got a lot of, yeah, Donadigo. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I get that he's obviously, like, upset he's getting accused of cheating. But if I was getting accused of cheating, why I wouldn't be this, like, lol, why are you doubting me this much? Like, bro, you're being investigated for cheating. Deal with it. This is like another, like, I think this just screams that he did. And, like, obviously we know they did. But, like, this just screams to me that he is actually, like, he just is. Like, he's so defensive over his runs. Which, if I did a run of Elden Ring, never happened. And people were like, this guy cheated. Show me that you would, like, cheat. And they were like, we want to see everything you've done for it. I'd happily show them. I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. If the run is that good, you think I'm cheating, and you can clear my name entirely, here you go. But this guy's just, like, obviously not wanting to because he knows he's going to get caught. But I could never, like, he went on live stream, bro. That's crazy.
something that could help prove his innocence, he declined. This is a very easy process, and it only takes a few clicks to do. Trackmania replays are a few kilobytes in size each, so even thousands of replays across several years of play would only amount to a few gigabytes at most. He also accused me of blackmailing him when I wrote to him that
I'd urge you to think carefully about the tone you speak in, as it might just make things worse when the report comes out. If you'd like to speak about this privately instead, then I'm open for it. Brother! Jesus Christ, that's blackmailing if I've ever seen one. Like, I
don't think that's blackmailing. I think that's just him being like, guys, like, don't be an asshole about it. Also, I don't you think careful. Yeah, no, absolutely fair enough. Fair enough if you make the statement. But, like, it's just not blackmail. And I see everyone, like, laughing. Like, see everyone laughing in chat, and, like, you can hear, like, whoever it is in the back laughing is not like, bro, they're all chopped. That's so crazy. I genuinely don't get it. I think the worst thing you can do is, like, jump into a live stream and just be so emotional about it. Like, this guy, bro, he threatened you. There's not a threat. He's investigating him for cheating, and he's making a statement. If he goes on and tries to slander, what's his name again? Virtual? Is that Virtual? Yeah, Virtual. Sorry. I don't know why that took so long to think. Yeah, like, if you're going to go on and make a statement about him, I think him being like, just don't be an asshole about it. Like, we literally are investigating you for cheating. And he goes on and gets this, like, mad about it. It's just a self-report. It's literally just a self-report. You're going on and you're getting mad that you've, like, oh, guys, I definitely didn't cheat, by the way. Definitely didn't cheat. This guy fucking sucks, am I right? And getting your chat to be like, Lamau. Like, wait, are you fucked because you actually cheated? Yeah, bro. Can you not tell? Can you not tell he's on live stream right now? Laughing at this Discord message, which I think is completely fair. as it might just make things worth. If you'd like to speak about this privately instead, then I'm open for it. Yeah, fair enough. If you want to actually appeal your bans or like whatever is going on, not appeal your bans, appeal like you're cheating, talk to them in private, bro, or do it on live stream to like prove you're actually innocent. This is just not. You're just this is just a self-report.
About this tone you speak in. Is he my dad? I mean, that guy's a fucktard already. So I don't know, man. Holy shit.
Many people found this comment to be too pushy and rude, and I can own up to it and say that the way I wrote it wasn't perfect. Me and Riolu have been friends for several years, and my intention with this comment was to warn him of the potential backlash that big public comment.
I think I'd urge you to think carefully about the tone you speak in. It's definitely like him getting lost in translation. Not like translation, but I think he doesn't mean like don't talk to me like that. He's mean more like think about how you word around this whole scenario. Because remember, it's not our fault you're getting investigated. I think, because that's how it comes across to me. Yeah, there's probably like a hard R, like two, he's German to be fair, there's probably like a hard R, like two messages up.
Could have if the report found him to be cheating, as once things are public, it's much harder to walk back statements you've made. This is also why I wish the matter could be resolved privately before reaching the public. In that very same message, he also omitted the playlist of runs that we sent him, making.
Hey, with the goal of being as transparent as possible, I'd like to update you on the current state of the cheating investigation. We've analysed most of your publicly available replays in Trackmania games and compiled together playlists of the runs that we found most suspect. We sent these to TMX staff, MX staff, and Nidio for them to make their own judgment about them. We're also writing a full report about all the suspected cheaters we discovered, including yourself, which will be publicly released at the end of May. We'll tell you exact publication date when I know. That's the runs for TM2, TMNF, and TMUF. So is that Trackmania 2, Trackmania Turbo, Trackmania, was it Northern Fronts, and like United Fronts or something? I also had you plan to make a statement about, yeah. So like, there's an entire bit of message there.
Many people believe that we were witch hunting him over things that happened 10 years ago. I personally wouldn't be talking about this if it was only about records that old. Everyone makes mistakes when they're young, and everyone can learn from these mistakes. There's plenty of examples from other games of players cheating when they were young, and growing up and becoming good at the game. But what we're dealing with now is more than just a single mistake. This is several hundred unique instances where Riolu has sat down and potentially cheated records, from the time he was 15 years old until he turned 25. What we are observing is not the result of a few mistakes made as a teenager, but habitual cheating behavior spanning nearly a decade. During the livestream, Riolu said, "There's more at stake than just records. Who cares about the records? What matters more is actual human beings. And right now, human beings are not being treated very nicely."
Bro, like, think about all the human beings you've like cucked out of a world record because you're cheating. You know, like, look at this guy. Human beings. I can't believe I'm being berated. Yeah, bro. You're a cheater. You literally suck. If you no sympathy for him. He's actually just put cheat engine on, made the game so fucking easy.
Which to me is a weird thing to say after 10 years of supposedly cheating, when he in those years did not treat the human beings that he competed against very nicely.
Oh bro, just made my point.
Respect or decency for them at all. He mentions how his livelihood is at stake, but not once after becoming a Trackmania streamer in 2016 did he stop to think that this is something he should come clean about. Instead, we argue he continued to cheat records behind the scenes for many years after becoming a streamer, lying to the entire Trackmania community, his fans, his friends, and even lying to himself.
Yeah, I think that's completely true. Like, yeah. He has literally went out of his way to cheat, became a streamer off of it, cheated even more while streaming. Like, I don't get it. Just for, like, some world records offline, bro? Like, just get good at the game. Which has been said he is. Just get, if you're streaming it, stream your mistakes, stream you improving. Like, people would like that. Especially if people are this crazy about Trackmania for it, then yeah, they're obviously going to watch it if you're, like, one of the best. But, like, is what is.
If I sound a bit harsh in my tone when talking to and about Riolu, that is because I am. Because this is a serious topic. As someone who is competing for world records in Trackmania fair and square, I find all forms of cheating to be absolutely appalling. Those who cheat play only for their own gain.
He has a
with
crazy
complete
chin, bro.
disregard for the effort
I love the
and
guy,
feelings
crazy
of
chin.
those who are competing fairly. And they ruin the spirit of the competition for everyone. And I believe that cheaters rightfully deserve
Is that PewDiePie in the background? It looks like PewDiePie.
to get called out on their actions when caught, no matter if they are a content creator or not. And if they are a content creator, then
A nice
perhaps
one.
they should have thought better of starting a career on top of such shaky ground. After this livestream, many people have said that I'm only doing this for content, for fame, and for money, and that I'm willing to back.
They should give up on this witch hunt for views. Even if you... 1 mil, 2 mil, 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 2 mil, 4 mil, 5 mil, 2 mil, 1 mil, 2 mil, 4 mil. Right, so that was a 4 mil out of class. Bro, I don't think that he is struggling for views. I think he's okay, buddy. But fair enough. Fair enough. A Gary Tattoo is not a good idea. Nice snitch move, just shows you're a character, but I'm not surprised. Clickbait titles and you feel an old friend. You're doing this for fame and money, it seems. No, I know there was a 5 mil video there. It's crazy. Yeah, I think he's still all his chin.
But I
Does he
want
say?
people to know
Is
that
he
the one
Swedish?
thing I personally care most about is competitive
He's
integrity.
got like the
For
fork
many
and
years,
everything.
I have been strongly against cheating, and helped uncover cases where it has happened in Trackmania. In 2017, I detected the player Strollbar cheating in the Trackmania tournament. I created a video documenting the findings and compiled all the available evidence
Norwegian, my
against
bad.
him, and uploaded this video unlisted to YouTube. The video was sent to tournament organizers, and it has stayed unlisted ever since. Then, in 2019, when the players Gallagher and Yachter cheated on Trackmania Exchange, I was part of the team that detected how they cheated. I was planning to make a video about the event, but after they confessed to it, I dropped the video to avoid unnecessary drama. And late in 2020, I approached Donadigo and asked him to make an anti-cheat patch for Trackmania Nations Forever, which is a product that he has now finished. And from now on, all world records on official and classic tracks will have to be played on the Trackmania competitive patch. This patch prevents players from being able to play in slow motion undetected, among a few other things.
Well,
And
like
hopefully
battling.
this will lead
So
to
is it
less instances
Rioli?
of cheating in the future. My intention has never been to needlessly create drama. I just want clean competitive environments. In a perfect world, the cheating investigation report would simply be published, and the cheaters would receive their punishment, and then we would move on. But this case sadly completely ruins the trust people have towards the legitimacy of leaderboards, and we as a community now have to confront a very harsh reality about the game and about our history. Many current world records and thousands of records from the past have not been achieved legitimately. I hope people will think about this with an open mindset, instead of pretending that these things haven't happened.
I agree. I think you should
It
get
is
stoned
the
to
only
death
way
as
we
well.
can move
Especially for like
forward.
the god defending
I
himself.
once again urge you to read the report for yourself, do your own analysis. You can even fetch the inputs from the replays and create your own input display tool if you'd like. The tools for this are all openly available. And all of this wouldn't have been possible without Donadigo. Without him and his effort, it
Thank you,
could have been
Donadigo.
several years until this situation was detected and dealt with. And maybe by then, the situation would have been even worse. If you would like to show him a few cents of appreciation for his effort, there will be a direct donation link in the description below. I personally can thank him for making sure that my videos in the future won't put the spotlight on players who've lied and cheated to gain an unfair advantage, but instead focus on those who embody the spirit of Trackmania speedrunning, in the dedication and effort they are willing to put in to achieving their records legitimately. And luckily, there are many more of those players than actual cheaters. Thank you all for watching this video. I will take a short break from content creation now that this project is concluded, but I will be back soon with more Trackmania videos and documentaries. Until then, have a good one.
Right, boys, do we watch part 2? I'm kind of like invested. Yeah, I'm actually really
in the
invested
Trackmania
now.
community, I often get as one of the biggest voices in the Trackmania community, I often get asked to use my platform for the sake of good.
Yeah, you know what? I'll probably end stream after this part anyway. What was I gonna say? He's quite handsome. Quite a handsome old fella.
On the Trackmania Reddit page, the user Slobodan Madara brought up that Virtual could use his reach for something useful for once, and expose such toxic behavior. Toxicity in Trackmania is something to be talked about, and you could probably write a book about it by now. This user is, unfortunately, completely correct. There's been a lot of bad things happening that nobody is talking about, and it shouldn't be that way. Recently, I was approached with information.
Is the volume fine for you guys, by the way? Because it's loud for me, so I don't mind if it's alright. Go for his chest, baddie. Okay. Virtual. Okay, right, well. This isn't what I wanted. Nope. 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 This is not what we're looking for. Nope. Oh, is this her here? Anna Cramley. Swedish chess player. Oh yeah, so she's Swedish. Honestly, fair enough. I mean, if he's not gonna track me in, I don't fuck with him that hard.
True,
I
would
mess
challenge
with
what
it.
everyone in Trackmania believes to be real. A story so preposterous it would be easiest to sweep it under the rug and ignore it. But when I come across heavy information, I believe that players have a right to know what's been going on, and that I have a responsibility to talk about it. My goal as a creator is, and has always been, to share my passion and enjoyment for Trackmania with you, and I will of course continue to do so. But please know before we dive deeper into this topic, that this video is going to be very different from my other content. If you watch my channel for fun stories, this video is not going to be one.
Aww.
You see, the message I received was about the player Eddie Rising, a new talent in Trackmania Lagoon, who over the last 2 years climbed to rank 1 in the game. By many, he is seen as a player to be celebrated, but after researching this topic, I am no longer so sure. The message contained concerns that Eddie isn't who he's claiming to be. The more I dug for evidence to support this claim, the more I was astounded by what I'd
Yeah, you've got it, bro. I believe.
discovered. Not only was there proof that this is true, but it also seemed possible that Eddie could have pretended to be other people in the community, including this Slobodan Madara account on Reddit. The finds in this investigation have all pointed towards one player being behind the Eddie account, and that is Riolu, the biggest cheater in Trackmania history, and someone who hasn't had any communication with the community since 2021.
Oh my god, so
This
since it got
story
exposed,
is
it
equal
just
parts
stopped.
fascinating and unsettling, and uncovers some of the wildest behaviors I've ever seen on the internet. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody, because there is a lot to talk about. This is the story of Trackmania's biggest conman.
Oh wow. Editing on this is crazy, bro. Budget went up.
Before we
4
go
years
on,
ago.
I'd like to thank Arcus, Darklink, Lufok, Tomashu, Big Bang 1112, Kim, and Socram David.
Where is my vote? My goat, Donadigo. That's quite funny. Imagine well, to be fair, I think, see if he didn't live stream, or if he live streamed and it was like, hey guys, like, you know, there's an investigation going on with cheating, and I did. They're investigating how I cheated and that now, and I just want to say, like, I've been doing it for a while. I don't know why. Pride or ego or something. People lose respect for him, but some people would still kind of chill out with him. And I reckon he could have kept like a somewhat decent community. But nah, I think going on stream and trying to rip him a new one and being like, oh, this guy's like so like stupid. I can't believe you do this to me. Just completely, as soon as it was done that he did, just uprooted his entire life. There's no way you can come back from that, bro.
Players that, if it weren't for their help, this investigation would not have been possible. I would also like to say that this video is made with the main objective of informing the Trackmania community and documenting the events that have happened. Please do not attempt to contact or harass the players mentioned in this video. By publishing this information, we hope to achieve a better competitive environment in Trackmania, and any and all harassment would only counteract this effort. Thank you and enjoy. For those that don't know the backstory of Riolu, I will quickly go through it since it is important context for this video. In 2021, it was discovered that replay files in the game store the exact steering inputs a player does in their run. The community member Donadigo made a tool to visualize these steering inputs, so players could better see how the best drivers had steered the car in their records.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he also could have done an apology video. I think that's true. I think though, because he's in such, maybe not niche, but like because he is like such a, yeah, like that's the entire thing. It's like if he didn't react the way he did on stream and tried to drag like Virtual through the mud, probably would have been fine if he just went, guys, I'm sorry, they found out I cheated, been published, you can read it here, my bad, no, I won't do it again, I'll stream more Trackmania soon, I'm taking a break. But yeah, like you don't take one of the bigger names that are investigating you, drag it through the mud on live stream, and get your chat to laugh at him. Like even that one modded for him was like, hey, yeah, exactly, you lose followers. Like me, like if I cheated, I'd maybe lose like 12 followers, bro.
In most cases, this tool worked perfectly fine,
Half of them definitely
but when it was
bots.
used to display the inputs in records driven by Riolu, it would show inhumanly quick and jittery steering inputs. This eventually led to a huge cheating investigation looking at records in all Trackmania games, and a detailed report later proved, along with admissions from some of the cheaters, that records with these inhuman inputs had been.
Yeah, I think like that's exactly where Techno went right. Is he said like, yeah, like he said, look, I did slow down the game. I'm not proud of it, but I did it. I think that's so fair. Even like, because that like little bit of accountability gives you that little bit of credibility.
Achieved by driving in slow motion, using Cheat Engine to slow down the game speed. This cheating method was incredibly effective, as it allowed the cheaters to have superhuman precision and reaction time, in a game all about shaving off hundredths of a second. And for the longest time, it was completely undetectable. Out of the cheaters exposed in the report, Riolu was by far the most severe. He used Cheat Engine to set records in Trackmania United Forever, Trackmania Nations Forever, Trackmania 2 Canyon, Valley, Stadium, Lagoon, Trackmania Turbo, and recently it was discovered that he possibly cheated in slow motion in Trackmania 2020 as well. During his years of cheating, he completely dominated the leaderboards. At one point, Riolu simultaneously held 62 out of 65 world records in Trackmania 2 Canyon campaign, and later 64 out of 65 in Trackmania Valley. He achieved these feats while holding rank 1 in Trackmania United Forever, and in 2019, he managed to clean sweep Trackmania Turbo, with 200 out of 200 world records on official maps at the same time. In 2015, he was invited to drive strong official target times for the Super Trackmaster campaign in Trackmania Turbo.
Yeah, like, it definitely seems like 62 out of 65 and stuff. Like, you'd think someone would be like, bro, how do you get every single one of these? Everyone must have just called him the best in the world, man. Like, they must have just thought it was the best in the world. There's no way they thought otherwise. Otherwise, I would have been like, no, well, not me, but like, people should have been like, bro, it's a bit sus, that one, isn't it? I guess to be fair, it said it was undetectable for a reason. Like, they had to make that input thing. Yeah, like they did. They really believed it was just the best.
Thought he was simply the GOAT, but as we would later learn, these accomplishments were all cheated, including the official target times driven for Nadeo in Trackmania Turbo. In total, it amounts to a decade of cheating, from 2011 to 2020, and it's estimated that he set thousands of cheated records during this time, making him by far the biggest cheater in Trackmania history, if not in all of video games. He was without a doubt also a good player. He proved that in live competitions and by setting world records on his live stream. But the most competitive and precise maps he would conveniently grind off stream. From 2015 to 2021, Riolu was building a career as a Trackmania live streamer, and by the time the cheating came to light, he had become rather successful. But when the report was about to be published, he had to face the sobering reality that 10 years of bad decisions were catching up to him. Rather than owning up to it and taking accountability, Riolu crashed out in a now infamous livestream.
Oh,
where,
hey,
for
said
the
it's not
duration of an
infamous.
hour, he gaslit his audience, denied ever having cheated, and called parts of the investigation a witch hunt and an attempt at blackmailing. All of this backfired when the report came out, and people got to see the inputs for themselves, and it left many with an even worse impression that Riolu had continued to
Yeah, like, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Man, it's not looking good. This further cements that we have absolutely no clue what happens behind the public face of streamers. Really, and cheating wouldn't be so something I likely thought or even possible before. Like, yeah, I think that him trying to frame that as a witch hunt is something that made him lose so much credibility there. Is why is
try to lie to the bitter end. Shortly after that stream, Riolu shut down his Discord server and presumably logged off all social media. It has now been almost 4 years since these events have happened, and Riolu hasn't been seen in Trackmania since. He never took any accountability for the cheating, and he never apologized. Most players thought he had decided to leave Trackmania behind and moved on to other things in his life, but as we will discuss today, that is not the case. The reason I'm bringing all of this up is because the person that contacted me is Arcus, a leaderboard moderator for Trackmania Exchange, and Arcus had strong reasons to believe that Riolu was now playing under the name Eddie Rising. Trackmania Exchange hosts the main leaderboards used in Trackmania United Forever. This website stores millions of replay files of players' records dating all the way back to 2008. Replay files contain a great deal of information. As mentioned, they contain inputs, but they also tell you what in-game account any run was driven on. In Trackmania, game accounts are called logins. A login cannot be changed after an account is created, and has to be unique from all other players. Replay files also store information about the display name a player used. It tells you the name of the skin they used, and the flag or avatar that they have selected. There's more things too, but they aren't relevant for this video. Based on these identifiers, Arcus had legitimate reason to believe that Eddie Rising wasn't who he was claiming to be, and in November of 2024, he messaged Eddie on Discord with his findings, in a conversation we will take a look at later. The final communication between the two is that Arcus asked Eddie to record a voice message to prove his identity, to which Eddie answered he didn't appreciate being talked to in a condescending way, as if he was some sort of criminal. He said he would provide everything Arcus requested just to get this weird topic off the table, but shortly after sending these messages, he completely vanished, and Eddie hasn't been seen in the game or on Discord for the last 3 months. As he was one of the best Lagoon players, it was odd for him to just leave without any notice. In January of 2023, Eddie made his first appearance in the Trackmania community, when he published his first YouTube video, a 7th place in the world on the official track Coast B1. Based on the aforementioned identifiers, we know this record was driven on the login Ponzor22. This track has over 30,000 players on the leaderboards, so setting a time in the top 10 is very respectable, especially for what seemed to be a brand new player. Over the next weeks, Eddie continued to post records in Trackmania United that went mostly unnoticed, as the tracks he competed on were rather obscure. But in April he got inspired to play a different game, Trackmania 2 Lagoon, and his arrival on the leaderboards was impossible to miss. On the 29th of April...
what's true? I'm so confused.
All the best Lagoon players were quite literally shocked when Eddie, on his first day of playing the game, managed to achieve 8 top 10 records in the world. And not only that, the maps he drove were the first 15 you encounter, and thus some of the most prestigious to hold the top records on. But Eddie made it seem
Come back. Wait.
And thus some of the most prestigious to hold the top records on. But Eddie made it seem effortless to climb as high as 2nd place.
Yeah, no way. I don't know why you make a new account and just insta like pop it. I mean, yeah, especially in like a big speedrunning, because Trackmania is just basically one big speedrunning community. It's, if you're not like really dedicated to it, doesn't matter, but like you're still trying to get the fastest time possible. It's just crazy.
out of 15,000 players on each track he
I want to cheat
hunted.
at speedrun, do like
All
a
in the
Mario
same
64
afternoon.
speedrun, bro. Nah,
A
maybe
streak
not.
of records
Still
like
pretty
this
big.
from an unknown player was completely unheard of, and top players felt it just cannot be possible to get this good this quickly, since they themselves had spent years getting to their skill level. It was quickly assumed that Eddie had to be either a smurf or a cheater. Eddie explained that he had some experience from playing Lagoon in Trackmania Turbo on console, and that the way he was able to achieve all the records was from rigorous practice beforehand. He said he would rebuild the map into several smaller sections to learn it more effectively, as well as comparing replays to analyze mistakes, saying he made very quick progress, as he just had to copy his muscle memory from practice maps to real ones. And evidently, this method worked because his runs were almost immediately the fastest in the world. He also live recorded all his runs and included footage of the gameplay sessions in his video, making it significantly harder to get away with cheating. The same day as the spree of records, Eddie joined several community servers on Discord, introducing himself to other players and attempting to put their doubts to rest. This is also where he shares the first details about himself and his life. Eddie says he lives in Kazakhstan, has a full-time job, and mentions having a wife and a baby boy on several occasions. Over the summer of 2023,
And no inputs, and he's got kids. Imagine your kid's got like a fork and an outlet, and you're like, no, I can't. I need to get my Trackmania world record, bro. Can you get a plastic fork, buddy? After 2 seconds. Go to the toilet. Pretty sure maybe it's still snoring in the background, so we'll check. Oh, I got customers catch up to me, guys. Oh, I mean, the recording he posted on the Eddie. Yeah, no, there's no
Eddie
visual
continued
inputs
to
in
set
any of his videos.
insane
I saw too.
times. Out of 65 official tracks in the game, Eddie at the time held the world records on 19 of them. He
Crazy.
accomplished this without even unlocking all the tracks yet, which you do by beating silver medal target times. These are ridiculously easy for someone driving at world record pace to unlock, but in 5 months of playing, he still hadn't unlocked them all. One time when asked why his display name looked so old school, Eddie explained that he had a background in playing Trackmania Nations Forever in 2010, and by checking the online database that he made Trackmania Nations Forever in 2010. And by checking the online database Dedimania, they could see that Ponzor22 indeed had online records all the way back in 2009. His backstory checked out, and it added more credence to his skill. But to many players, something still seemed strange about him. Members of a Discord server that Eddie frequented said Eddie would often join their voice calls and watch other top players livestream their attempts, but he would
We have the same headphones, bro. It's the SteelSeries headphones he's got. I'm not wearing them now, they're in the cupboard, but I've got my little wireless radio headphones. But yeah, bro's got SteelSeries.
personally never talk, always citing having his microphone muted in order to not disturb his wife. Over the next year, Eddie continued to grind Lagoon, and slowly but surely became a trusted
No, not anymore. I got wireless ones. The carrier ones are now my PC speakers. They set my third monitor, which currently has Callum's gameplay on it. My new headphones are just wireless. Don't have carriers on them anymore. Bro, I didn't say he was a chat.
And in the summer of
the
2024,
guy's chill.
Eddie
I love
decided
his
to
chin.
return to Trackmania United Forever. In the description of a video he uploaded on the 25th of July, he writes that he didn't like his old login, so he bought a new account, and from this point forward, he stops playing on Ponzor22 and makes Eddie A his new main account. In November of 2024, Arcus is browsing Trackmania Exchange profiles and stumbles upon the fact that Eddie uses 2 different logins. There isn't anything inherently wrong with having 2 accounts, but it could be a sign of account sharing or someone else driving records for you. Arcus was curious and searched the database to see if these logins showed up anywhere else on the site, and 3 replays from Ponzor22 appeared on an ancient profile, Ponzor. This profile hadn't been active since 2010. It had 4 records driven on the leaderboards, and 3 of them were driven on Ponzor22, making it seem likely that this indeed was Eddie's old profile. But the 4th and final replay uploaded to the leaderboards was driven on a different login. And not just any login, it was driven on Accelerator01, which happens
He was in the last video. Yeah, bro. He was in the last video.
to be the main account of Riolu.
Houston, we have a problem.
This discovery is the reason why Arcus eventually approached
He must be feeling so good about himself. Finding out that Riolo was cheating, and then that Riolo was now a new account, and then the new account was like made before. Bro,
Eddie in Discord. When confronted about it, Eddie explained that the
Actual rabbit
Ponzor22
hole.
in-game account was one he shared with a friend, and that he made Eddie A to have his own one. He says he never knew there was a TMX account with the same name, and whatever happened with it, he couldn't say. When asked why some replay files have the Germany flag when Eddie is from Kazakhstan, he says, "I can only guess it was one of the people I shared account with."
Oh,
And when
nice.
asked who these friends or people are,
You think, like... Yeah, I don't know, man. He has the Germany flag on a new account. Bro, like, are you that brain dead? You not change, like, add the flag? Oh, I don't know, man.
he was unable to name any names. And as mentioned earlier, when asked to voice chat or to record a voice message, he didn't follow through. After this conversation, Eddie went inactive both on Discord and in-game, and
Fake Nation and Trackmania should be banned. I agree. So when are you deleting your account, by the way? Yeah, nice one. Nice one.
hasn't been seen in the 3 months since. While it's weird to have a Riolu replay on a Trackmania Exchange profile linked to your in-game account, and to disappear just after being confronted about it, it's not enough to draw any conclusions from. And in order to find out who Eddie is, we would have to dig deeper. In December of 2024, Arcus messaged me with all of this information, and together with a team of players, we have tried to examine all the available evidence. Over the years, there have been many crazy theories about Riolu smurfing. Because of his swift disappearance, many found it hard to imagine he went from playing and live streaming the game every day to just immediately stopping. But all the theories so far have been completely wrong. The players Hobbit and Pustito Paco have had claims against them of being Riolu Smurf, since they rapidly improved at the game around the time he went inactive. But both have had clear alibis that prove they couldn't be Riolu. There's also the controversial 92Bob account in Trackmania United Forever, a mysterious player that started achieving world records in June of 2021, just weeks after the cheating was uncovered. This account went from having 0 skill points to 165 million and achieving rank 1 on the leaderboards in just half a year of playing, and the community deemed it impossible for an unknown player to achieve such a feat, and figured it had to be a Smurf account. 92Bob has been the most suspected Riolu Smurf account since the cheating scandal, but there's never been enough evidence to conclusively prove who it belongs to. In this video, I intend to leave no room for doubt, not just about who is behind the Eddie Rising account, but also 92Bob, as with what we have discovered, we believe we have solved both mysteries. So let's start with the replays on Trackmania Exchange. When Riolu drove the run uploaded to Ponzor's profile, he was going for rank 1 in Trackmania.
Yeah, anti-cheat must be really good, bro. I don't think there is, like, proper anti-cheat in it. Oh, never mind, it's better now. I always assumed there wouldn't be, like, crazy anti-cheat anyway, because, like, cheating would be very, very, like, noticeable in a game like that. But it's crazy that they found a way to make it that, like, little. And it's even crazier that someone kept cheating on weekly shorts. That's funny. They should have fixed this like 2020, bro. But it's crazier that someone made like software to then battle the fact that there was cheated runs on the leaderboard.
United forever. And in order to achieve that, you must obtain a lot of one particular resource, and that is coppers. The copper system is an antique part of Trackmania and not present in newer games. But back in the day, to compete on the in-game leaderboards, you had to pay 10 coppers per attempt in official mode. It is not possible to purchase coppers from Nadeo, but you receive 50 coppers for logging in each day, and you get 30 coppers each time you beat the gold medal on a track in official mode. This alone...
Yeah, pay to win game, it sounds awful. Why would they not just keep it the same way it was before? Why did they have to add like you have to earn your way up? That's just going to make more people cheat to get like... I'm impressed considering there's games that never have player support around you. I think GTA has anti-cheat and like has anti-cheat for specific things. If it doesn't make them money, like if it manages to find a way to not make them more money, they would like get rid of you. But yeah, if you could turn yourself invincible, there wasn't much like GTA would do about it, because they're like, oh, we're gonna stop people from buying shark cards, are you? Make a side hustle of forming copies and selling the account. Yeah, nice one. Actual Fortnite accounts back in the day. Oh, Cal just got a fucking sick clip.
is hardly enough to sustain thousands of attempts at getting the best records, and many players don't bother with the in-game leaderboards for this reason. But for the players going for rank 1 in-game, it was essential to have a big bankroll of coppers to fund their grinding sessions, and farming copper competitions would have been a very important thing for this reason. The track where we found our real replay on the Ponzor account just so happens to be one where the prize pool for the best times was 36,000 coppers. We decided to scan all of Trackmania Exchange for users that had Accelerator 01
based off of
uploaded, and we ended up
GTR.
finding 2 more profiles.
Looks like it.
One of them was Cyrox, which had a Riolu replay on the same track as Ponzor, uploaded within minutes of Ponzor and Riolu's main profile on the very same day. In total, Riolu received 8,000 coppers from this one competition. The run on Cyrox's profile had also been driven with Riolu's display name at the time, and then been modified to Cyrox before it was uploaded. There's also one other record on the Cyrox profile, and that one is driven on the login Hot Racer. This is also the login that Cyrox wants the coppers paid out to. Doing a lookup on the account Hot Racer shows that its current display name is Cyro, and downloading all the available replays from the in-game
once again, by the way. Like, just make it something different.
Cyro.
Those who know
all the available replays from the in-game leaderboards
make it Sri Lanka or something,
used the nickname Kamip as well. This closely matches the boards shows it has used the nickname Kamip as well.
Nice one, buddy.
This closely matches the 4th and final TMX profile that has Riolu replays on it, a Yonex. Interestingly, we find that several of the thumbnails on maps uploaded by this user has the signature Cyro written on them. This user has 15 replays uploaded, and 13 of them are driven on the login xSamir. One is on the login Crashzor, and the final replay is on Accelerator 01. In the 13 replays driven on xSamir, the nickname Cyro is used 10 times, and Kamip is used twice as well, closely linking xSamir and Hot Racer together. We also realized we were on the right track when we found a cheated run on the xSamir account. Uploaded in May of 2011 to the track 3 Strange Days. This run was likely driven in slow motion and displays the same jittery inputs that can be seen in Riolu's runs from the cheating report. The xSamir account went inactive in 2011 and remained that way for many years, until in 2017 it reappeared in a competition called the True Talent Cup.
I think that it would have been so fun. Well, not fun. No, yeah, I do mean fun. I think it would have been so fun to investigate this and finding out all the little bits in the like the profiles as well, like making that connection of these like four different accounts basically with different names but same uploaded name, and then maybe the watermark on the thing's different. I think it would have been so cool to investigate. Be like, guys, I have literally just like found this and this together. This is a link to it being Riolu. Oh, that's cool. I found this, which is also a link to Riolu. Like, there is 5 guys in on this. I think that would have been so
Of this
cool.
competition from Trackmania streamer Spammy, we can see that Examir, or Absol as the display name, is competing, and setting times so impressive that others in the voice call are surprised.
Dude, Absol, who the hell is this guy? I have no idea who is that guy.
Since Riolu was considered the best United player in the world at the time, many had high expectations to see him compete, but unfortunately he showed up too late to compete, and was only able to watch Spam stream. Riolu appeared in Spam's Twitch chat just after the mentions of Absol, and then continued to chat throughout the entire tournament.
Holy. Different flag. Different flag. The
But
game
if
is
you pay
back.
attention to when he sends the messages, it is only between competition rounds. Because as we now know, he was the one playing as Absol undercover in this tournament. In 2018, the Examir account would take on a new identity, and we would officially get it confirmed that this account used to belong to Riolu, because that is also when Riolu gave this account to his friend Lars, so Lars could participate in other Trackmania United competitions. Riolu also cheated more than the one replay we discovered on this account.
Oh my god. 60% of it. 60% of his records are just gone.
Because when Nadeo scanned the leaderboards for cheated runs in July of 2021, Examir was detected to have 19 cheated runs, resulting in the account
I know
getting
Absol
banned.
is.
If you now try to enter the login details Lars was given, you will be presented with this notice. With Examir confirmed to be Riolu's account, it likely confirms Hot Racer by proxy.
So what's Cyro, Kamip, and yeah, like what are they? I know Riolu is the thing before. What's his name? Lucario? I don't know what Cyro is.
As it has had the same display name multiple times. But now let's take a look at CrashSor, the third login seen on the profile Ionex, and see where that fits into the puzzle. The metastats for this login showed it was driving in the same zone as Riolu, in Dortmund, Germany, and a Google search of the display name Leandagu reveals that in 2015, someone suspected an account with the same name of cheating in Trackmania 2 Valley. These threads are the only time Riolu used the Dadimania forums, and he used them to defend the legitimacy of CrashSor or Leandagu's runs. CrashSor also ended up banned in Trackmania United Forever when the records were purged, having 16 cheated records in official mode. And interestingly, by analyzing surviving records from this account in Canyon, we can determine that it cheated with Cheat Engine, as the inputs are clearly inhuman there as well. CrashSor also had a few online records that survived the purge.
Can you censor or put a trigger warning next time you talk about shower gel, please? Don't want to be hearing about showers and stuff like that, so yeah. That's your warning. Next time it happens, you will get banned.
And perhaps most interesting is that the account goes inactive for around 3 years, from November 2016 until the 17th of April 2020. It then returns to play a few rounds online on the server Alpina Public, and by some miracle, only 2 hours after CrashSor's return to the game, Riolu decides to play on the same server on his livestream, after half a year of online inactivity on his main Trackmania United account. The final account we discovered is Buzzkill22. Not only does this login have the same name suffix as Ponzor, but it also exists on the Dortmund leaderboards, and by downloading the replays from the account, we can see it uses the very same nickname as Eddie, strongly indicating that these accounts are owned by the same person. Both of the accounts also have slow motion runs on them, though they are insignificant and likely ancient records.
Surely if you get caught, yeah, this is the big web. Surely if you get caught cheating with the method, you wouldn't use the same method again to cheat, right? Like, he's using the same different profiles, but the same kind of method.
Every profile on Trackmania Exchange that has a Riolu replay uploaded links back to him in clear patterns. And rather than being a very long list of coincidences, we see it most likely that all these logins belong.
I know they're old records, but like, it was not playing in like a tournament as well.
To Riolu. It might seem bizarre to have this many accounts in the game, as you would hardly find time to play on all of them. But once you see it through the lens of copper farming,
it
makes perfect sense. If you buy a fresh account and beat the gold medal on every track available in the campaign, it can net you over 12,000 coppers, as well as increasing your daily gains by 50. Another strategy used by players is to buy a previously owned account. These can often be found for cheaper on eBay and could have a treasure trove of unused coppers, as described here by the player Techno, who is notorious for having around 50 accounts in Trackmania United Forever, and has managed to accrue over 3 million coppers this way. Anyway, if these other logins belong to Riolu over the years, then it is very likely that Ponzor22 now does as well. But let's remember that a lot can happen in 14 years. In the same way that Riolu gave the Examir account to Lars, Lars could have passed that account on to someone else. And though Riolu matches the profile of knowledge and skill needed to be Fake Eddie, it is still technically possible that someone else could have gotten this account. The most satisfying answer to a mystery is one that leaves no room for doubt or speculation. And in order to achieve that, we have to analyze more replays.
The numbers, basically. What do they mean?
In the next phase of the investigation, we scanned all available replays on the official in-game ladder. To do this, we got the help of Trackmania genius Tomashu. After downloading all replays from logins related to Riolu, Tomashu crucially realized that records driven in official mode actually have a date and timestamp of when they were registered on Nadeo servers, something that nobody in the community knew up until then. Another important detail is that if a player had downloaded the competitive patch, information about which specific input device they used would be saved in the replay file. This was commonplace knowledge, but it was previously thought that once a record is submitted to Nadeo servers, this information would no longer be written into the replay file. But Tomashu discovered it's actually still there. These two data points could be used to identify patterns between several logins, and since nobody knew this information existed, they never thought to shield themselves against it. One question that came up frequently in the investigation was, if Riolu is Fake Eddie, then who on earth is 92 Bob? It seemed unlikely that Riolu would find the time to smurf on several accounts at the same time, but the timeline of known activity from 92 Bob and Fake Eddie lined up surprisingly well. 92 Bob first appears just after the cheating scandal, and remains active from June 2021 until December 2022. At that point, the account had reached 200 million points and stopped playing. Shortly after, in January of 2023, Fake Eddie posts his first YouTube video and proceeds to stay active until October 2024, where he drove his last known record in Trackmania Lagoon. And 1 week later, 92 Bob returned to Trackmania United Forever. Though the investigation was originally focused on Eddie, these new data points made us take a much closer look.
Yeah, but like, he locks in. I get it. But like, bro, you could have locked in so far. You could have locked in so long ago.
Look at 92 Bob as well. When we compare the timestamps of activity between the logins we knew Eddie had access to and 92 Bob, an unbelievable pattern emerged.
Alright.
It starts on the 25th of September 2021, when Buzzkill becomes active again after almost 10 years of inactivity, and rapidly starts setting records. When looking at how much time passes between each record, it's sometimes as little as only 30 seconds, making it clear that the player could only be doing one thing: farming coppers by beating gold medals. And shortly after this streak of records from Buzzkill concludes, 92 Bob sets an—
Don't start not cheating after you be exposed for cheating. Like, and if you're gonna, maybe just make an account and don't speak ever. Make a brand new account entirely, not some 92 Bob. And then if anyone asks why you're so good, be like, oh, I used to play this a lot. Never ever did any runs, guys.
New personal
I'm
bests.
smurfing or something.
On
I
the
don't know.
24th of October, the same thing happens. On the 31st of October, the same thing happens. Shortly after these personal bests from Bob, the Panzer22 account becomes active again as well, and farms coppers in the same way for 3 hours. And after the harvest, Bob again sets a new personal best. This pattern of the stolen Eddie accounts farming coppers and Bob setting a new PB can be seen again and again throughout the end of 2021. In 2022, the pattern continues, only that now 92 Bob and the Eddie accounts have started using the competitive patch, which contains data about the input device used. And wouldn't you know it, they also use the same controller. The way this data is saved is by looking at the vendor ID and product ID of the USB devices connected to the game. When looking up the vendor ID,
so basically he got outed because he had the same controller in the same place. That's crazy. That's like scary actually. Like, even if you wanted to smurf or like try to like a clean start, he'd get found out anyway. Yeah, genuinely insane. See, after watching like that video 4 years ago, I'd be terrified to cheat. See, watching this now, I'd be even more terrified to cheat. Like, yeah, we actually know you. How? Your controller ID. Okay, buddy. How did you get my controller ID? What?
That appears in Eddie and 92 Bob's replays, it shows he's using a controller from Big Ben Interactive Limited. Looking at the Wikipedia page of this company shows that Big Ben has rebranded to Nakon. On the 8th,
I used to have an LED red PS4 plug-in controller. Yeah, there's no way. He never would have known that, like, yeah, he would not have understood that at all. Unfortunately, yeah, bro, probably. I don't blame him, though.
Riolu posted about receiving the asymmetric wireless controller on Twitter, as Nakon were one of the main sponsors of his esport organization. To figure out if this was the controller with the same product ID as we see in 92 Bob and Fake Eddie's replays, I decided to purchase one, making sure to get one with the same packaging. I plugged it in and drove a replay, and wouldn't you know it, it has the same product ID. Vendor 146B, product 609. If both logins were using a standard Xbox or PS5 controller,
that's insane.
It would be easy to write this off as a coincidence. But Nakon is a rather niche brand, and seeing both these logins driving the same map, same day, 10 minutes apart with the same controller is very suspect. When looking at the timestamps, we also assumed that when there were gaps in the data...
Yeah, that's definitely... I wouldn't say it's hater energy, but that is genuinely so crazy. Imagine like going out... Oh, bro. Not hater energy. I respect that. He's investigating him. But like, holy, yeah, definitely absolute cinema. Oh my god, bro. I'd hate him. I would hate him. If I was real, I'd be like, bro, hunt me to the ends of the earth, why don't you? Genuinely there. Holy.
Bob was likely farming coppers via other accounts, and we came up with a smart way of identifying them. You see,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
one more way of gaining coppers in Trackmania United.
To be fair, entirely on this guy's side, he did get like a smear campaign on stream, basically. Like, I get why he'd be like, bro, I'm putting you down forever. Don't ever come out of your hole again. But it's because he used to be friends as well. It's quite mean. Like, it's quite upsetting.
Forever. And that is by logging in to the Mania Zone forums once a week. This gives you a bonus of 100 coppers.
You're getting me excited.
Since the profile page of each player has a timestamp for when they registered on the forums and when their last sign-in was, we came up with the idea to look for registrations and recent sign-ins that matched Bob and Fake Eddie. The imposter made this work rather easy for us, as he decided to register most of the accounts minutes apart on the same day. On the 17th of August 2024, we see the Eddie accounts Ponzor and Buskill register on the site, preceded and followed by a horde of accounts in the same 5 minutes. Keep in mind that activity on these forums is completely dead, and I want to be exceptionally clear that a series of logins and last active timestamps matching this closely several weeks in a row doesn't happen by accident. The imposter was a bit more careful with 92 Bob, as that account doesn't register on the forums till the 10th of October. But Bob's recent sign-ins match exactly with some of the accounts spotted earlier. We now had a list of 15 accounts, all logging in at the same time on the forums to collect coppers and using the same controller that we know Riolu has. If having one identical controller wasn't rare enough, Fake Eddie and 92 Bob and 2 other
15 accounts. Yeah, 5, 10, yeah. That's insane.
Copper Smurfs can be seen with 2 matching controllers connected. The Nacon controller and an Xbox 360 controller, both plugged into the PC when their records were set. Bob, Joe Urch, and Ludoslood did this a few hours apart, whereas the Fake Eddie ones with this combination happened a few months earlier. Another strange account on this new list was Graphics72, since this is an account that Techno had told me earlier used to belong.
I've still got my Army 360 controller. It's actually in my cupboard right now. Tempted to take it out. Tempted, but yeah. I had the Army camo one. I'd get it up, but as always.
I decided to contact Techno about it, and interestingly, Techno said he at one point gave the password of Graphics72 to Riolu in order to smurf online together. And when he tried to connect to it now, he no longer had access to it. Logging in just one time on someone's account in Trackmania United Forever is enough to be able to hijack it, as you can change the email address on the profile page, and then request a new password sent to your new email address without any 2-factor confirmation from the old email. Techno was able to confirm through his backups that he had the password to Graphics72 until early 2020 at least, but it had been changed between then and now. But apart from just using these accounts to farm coppers, another pattern that emerged is that these accounts would...
You know the meme where it's like the sunny, like down the path, it's like sunny side and then like dark side? It's like Techno took the sunny side and really just went to the dark bit. Bro's not ever one to be forgiven. Specific
leaderboards with records. Sometimes it was just doing one run on each account, minutes apart. Other times it was an attempt at taking over the top 10 on a track with as many accounts as possible. Doing this completely ruins the competition on those tracks, and it got several people in the community to wonder who was doing all of this. Many wrongly assumed at the time that these accounts belonged to BlackQ, a notorious troll in Trackmania United. BlackQ said he had no knowledge of these accounts, and BlackQ is confirmed not to be 92 Bob. He did, however, pretend to be 92 Bob at one point, as an attempt at getting a Nadeo employee to delete all of 92 Bob's records, but he was unable to show he had ownership of the account, and thus nothing happened to Bob's records. This story is corroborated from the Nadeo employee. After much frustration with Bob being anonymous, he also notoriously and reprehensibly tried to figure out 92 Bob's location by sending him an IP address grabber, disguised as a YouTube link via the in-game mail system. But fortunately, Bob never clicked on the link. This action was a stretch too far and has been shunned by the entire community, but it also serves as great proof that BlackQ isn't Bob. Someone so hellbent on figuring out Bob's identity wouldn't themselves be behind the account. And before you get your tinfoil hat on, analysis of BlackQ's replays has also shown he uses a different controller. He has live streamed himself playing at the same time as Bob has achieved records, and he doesn't have any link to any of the copper farming accounts. So, no. Out of the accounts that have been flooding the leaderboards, the strangest of them is
Yeah, you got your tinfoil hat on it, it's like to go off, bro. To be fair, it is a bit sus that, like, he's went in, he's been like, oh, here's an IP grabber. Don't click on it, guys. It's not me, though. I'm trying to figure out who it is. It's a bit strange, but it's what it is.
On the 12th of January 2022, this account started playing official mode, both farming coppers and also setting very strong times on select tracks. Once you set a record in the top 10, your display name in-game is shown to everyone. The inexplicable thing about General Cool is that the display name this account was using was the full real name of the player Misu, and whoever was doing this was essentially doxing him for no apparent reason. Misu's real name was not known in the community, only by his closest friends that he had added on Facebook, and he couldn't understand why any of them would do something like this. Other players were also lost for reasons why anyone would do this. At the time, it was wrongly assumed that the player behind these accounts was, again, BlackQ, since he would often try to troll Misu, and for a period, Black U did things like driving records with an exact copy of Misu's in-game display name, causing a lot of confusion. So it wasn't unthinkable that General Cool could be him. But in April of 2022, Black U felt sorry for trolling the community, and requested that Nadeo delete all the records on the accounts he owned. Nadeo followed through and deleted all the records from several logins, like the logins Nevria, Bella Machina, and Fraser. But the General Cool account was never purged. In 2023, when Black U was asked why he never requested General Cool's removal, Black U said it was because the account wasn't his. Misu says, "Who else would dox me on this random map?" To which Black U responds, "I have my limits, dude. Trolling, sure, but not doxing and shit." And in this instance, we actually know it wasn't Black U. The evidence points to that whoever is behind the fake Eddie accounts, Buzzkill22 and Ponzor22, is likely the one who doxed Mizu. On the 3rd of April 2022, the General Cool account can be seen in a cluster playing the exact same map as Buzzkill22 and the other copper farming accounts, only minutes apart on the same controller. The same thing also happened 1 month earlier, in March of 2022 on the track Coast C4. Here General Cool is playing in the same cluster as Ponzor22, where all of the accounts set records minutes apart from one another. This incident is before any of the accounts used a competitive patch, so we do not—
I wonder if it is actually Black U. He's like, "Oh no, I would never dox you, bro. I just wanted to dox this one guy to find out who he is. I swear I never dox you." And I mean, maybe, who knows? I guess like without this, it definitely would be like a
have any controller
yeah,
data
bro.
for that
Like, don't try to lie about it.
But the same thing happens 2 years later, in September of 2024, when General Cool, together with Buzzkill and many of the other copper farming accounts, drive one run after another on AO8 Endurance, again on the same Nakon controller. General Cool's first registration on the Mania Zone forums happens 4 minutes and 5 seconds after Ponzor, and 2 minutes and 56 seconds after Buzzkill. And his most recent sign-in at the time of making this video happens on the 30th of January, which is 1 minute and 36 seconds after Buzzkill 20.
Yeah, like the same controller thing, like that's crazy. And even if someone does use that controller, like the chance that someone else does use that controller honestly like gets the same kind of timings in the same type of area of this guy would be crazy without them being anonymous. So yeah, like imagine being found out because of the controller you use. That's sickening, actually.
Whose most recent sign-in. On the 30th of January, we also see several other accounts log in within the same 5 minutes, and especially of note are the accounts Ludoslud, Christian Klosa, and Graphics. For Graphics and Christian Klosa, their sign-up dates match within minutes of Bonsor, Buzzkill, and the lot, and their last active timestamp matched within minutes of 92 Bob. On the 5th of January. As mentioned earlier, Techno doesn't have access to the Graphics account anymore, and when asked about this specific forum sign-in, he said it wasn't him. To try to claim that all these things are a coincidence would be foolish. We can, based on all these factors, conclude that the person who is behind the fake Eddie account and the 92 Bob account is the same person who is currently in possession of the General Cool account now. Most strongly evidenced by these accounts playing minutes apart on the same controller in April of 2022. When it comes to establishing exactly who was using the account to dox Mizu in January of 2022, I cannot say for sure, especially since doxing is considered a crime, and I don't want to open myself up to a defamation lawsuit. But that being said, if we were to entertain a scenario, what hypothetical reasons could Riolu have to dox Mizu? Well, shortly after the cheating scandal in 2021, Misu changed his profile picture on Twitter to a picture of Riolu, and has kept that as his profile picture ever since. On the 30th of July 2021, he posted what at a glance could look like a twit-longer apology from Riolu, in order to troll the community. And in December of 2021, only weeks before the doxing happened, Misu also posted on Twitter expressing a dislike for Riolu. But that's just one of many possible scenarios, I'm sure. Luckily, Nadeo has greater tools available, and they should be able to figure out who the doxer is by checking the hardware ID of the account. Hardware IDs are like the serial numbers of your computer, and uniquely identifies your exact computer to the game. The Doxer, without a doubt, has other active accounts in the community, since nobody joins a game and is casually able to drive top 10 times, while at the—
He must wake up in a cold sweat. Like, he must wake up in a cold sweat about this shit. There's no way he doesn't. He'd just jump on and be like, ah, ah. Oh, it's fine. The Nikon controller's no longer plugged in. I'm fine, guys. I go back to bed.
Same time, randomly deciding to dox a community member. By matching General Cool's hardware ID at the time against other accounts, Nadeo should be able to conclusively prove who the doxer is. And I hope they take this as seriously as it should be taken, as this relates to every Trackmania player's online safety. That strange incident aside, the final piece of information we could gather from these new accounts was the car skins they used. All replays in Trackmania contain the file name of the car skin that was used in the record. Even if the skin might not load for you, it is still saved as a name in the replay file. Digging deep into the archives, we found a Twitch stream from Riolu where he is playing Trackmania United Forever in 2020 and browsing through the pages of his car skins. From the skins that can be seen, many are default ones. Others are very popular ones that can be downloaded on a website called Mania Park. But he also has some very rare skins. Skins that there are no publicly known downloads for. We wrote down the names of all the visible skins from that stream, and then compared them to the file names we can see in the replays. On 92 Bob, he is exceptionally careful to only drive with skins that are available by default. But on the Smurf account, he is far more careless, and uses many of the very same skins we saw Riolu had locally downloaded.
Oh my
For example,
god. Bro was trying to flex all his skins and got found out. That's insane. That's genuinely crazy. You'd think you just like wouldn't do that, right?
Ludoslud, the account with the same forum sign and timestamp as
Jack's
92
live, by the way,
Bob,
Sen.
used the skin Bay
Enjoy that stream before you go
Technoface.
to bed.
When asking Techno about this, he said he created the skin in 2011 and shared them with a couple of friends at the time. This is a skin Riolu had in 2020, but there has not been a public available download for it in well over a decade. The other most interesting find is the 1 Alpine car skins. The special thing about these is that they were initially created for a snow car mod in Trackmania 2. After Riolu played this mod and liked the skins, he personally requested Florentius, the skin creator, to make them compatible with Trackmania United Forever. Florentius never shared the skins with anyone else, so the only way someone else than Riolu could have gotten them is if Riolu sent the link to them. 6 out of the copper farming accounts we discovered are using these 1 Alpine skins. It is of course very curious.
Yeah, he'll go to Markarth unironically, anti-ironically. I can't believe you're not like sleeping to my stream right now. Big friend. Yeah, no. I'm so glad I don't play Trackmania, bro. And I've accidentally cheated one time. I'd just get like assassinated in my sleep by this guy.
That during the time General Cool was actively doxing Mizu, he was setting some records with the 1 Alpine Rainbolt skin. But there's one final detail we discovered that completely seals the case beyond any and all doubt. And it is the fact that Eddie Rising is a real person. You see, when we took a closer look at the Buzzkill22 account, we discovered another login closely related to it, Gabriel996. This account built several tracks together with Buzzkill and uploaded them to a Trackmania Exchange profile. The email address registered on this Trackmania Exchange profile crucially had Gabriel's full name written. With this information, I contacted Gabriel on social media, and via his friends list, I found the actual Eddie Rising. I sent them both a shot in the dark message, and to my surprise, both answered. Up until this point, it had been assumed that Eddie Rising was a completely fabricated identity. But after my first few messages with him, it became clear that the reality was much more disturbing. Real Eddie's English isn't the best, but he said his in-game name in Trackmania used to be Ponzor, and confirmed it was his account after seeing a screenshot with the colors. I asked him what he knew about Accelerator01, Riolu's Trackmania account that drove a run uploaded to his profile. And to my disbelief, he said he's known Riolu since they were kids. Eddie said they hadn't spoken much after he quit Trackmania around 2010, but that back in the day, him and Riolu used to do parkour together daily, and when the weather was bad, they would talk on walkie-talkies and play games together.
So he
He
stole his
said
like
Riolu
old
is the
mate's
one who
account.
introduced him to Trackmania, and they built several maps together. He said it was possible Riolu had driven some of the runs on his account, and called one of the runs shown to him too good to have been driven by himself. Most importantly, Eddie confirmed that Eddie A was not him, meaning that whoever was using his account and his name now was impersonating him, without Eddie's knowledge or consent. The real Eddie did claim ownership of Ponzor22 and Buskill22, and Gabriel could corroborate this in my conversation with him. Gabriel said Eddie was one of his school friends. He said he had played Trackmania in real life with Riolu as well, but that he hadn't seen him for about 15 years. Gabriel said that him and Eddie both at one point logged into Riolu's PC, and that, quote, "We definitely drove time races because Riolu was very good and could help us." Gabriel also said Eddie and Riolu used to be neighbors, and elaborated on having times driven for him, and thus giving Riolu access to the accounts. This discovery was truly shocking to me. With this, the entire Eddie Rising identity in Trackmania can conclusively be called fake, something that we already suspected, but not.
Imagine like cheating, getting caught, slandering one of your old friends on Trackmania themselves on a live stream, losing that fight, and then using like your even older friends like logins from ages ago. And then yeah, he made a new account. Yeah, like, oh bro.
In a million years did I expect it to be based on the identity of a real person, and much less a childhood friend of Riolu, who Riolu introduced to Trackmania. After analyzing all available data from all of these different sources, the cold hard evidence all points in one direction. It is no coincidence that all of these logins use the same niche controller Riolu was given by a sponsor. It is no coincidence that the timestamps of records driven by these accounts match up so closely, that the Mania Zone registration date and last active dates between them match up perfectly, and that many of the accounts use the same rare skins as we see on Riolu's PC. And when combined with the fact that whoever is behind the fake Eddie account must know certain things about the real Eddie, and that it just so happens that the real Eddie and Riolu were childhood friends playing Trackmania together, that
like he even like pretended to be on Discord. Like, that's crazy.
It just so happens that the real Eddie has logged into his Trackmania accounts on Riolu's computer, and the fact that whoever is fake Eddie and 92Bob must 1. be a world-class player, but 2. have some reason to play anonymously, we believe all in all exhaustively proves beyond any reasonable doubt that the person behind fake Eddie, 92Bob, and all of the following accounts is Riolu. I'm sorry if you feel it has taken way too long in this video for me to say that, but I didn't want to leave any room for doubt and to leave any stone unturned. I thought it's better to present all the available evidence rather than jumping to that conclusion prematurely. I would urge Nadeo to verify these findings by themselves by checking identity.
Pikachu. Pikachu at the back. That's pretty sick. Yeah, no, I think the way he structured this has been very well turned out. I think if he did say prematurely, rather than just slightly imply it, it would have maybe made it a bit more of a mess. I think the way he's picked out how to present it all has probably been like well thought through, and he's been like, yeah, this is the best way to do it so that we can't actually lose any credibility here, which I think is fair enough.
Information I do not have access to, such as the hardware ID of these accounts. But I suspect that Nadeo already knows most of these things. They at least know the identity of 92Bob since late 2021, and have chosen not to share it with the community, only stating that since 92Bob's records are legitimate, they will allow him to compete on the leaderboards.
Also, I found out 98% conclusively who used Bob92 Reg is. I can't share information with you. All I can say is it is and shouldn't be a big deal. Let the person play as a legit player, not someone who is. I hope it doesn't frustrate people too much. Just see it as well. We know someone called Bob92 Reg and he is good.
The earliest 92Bob records we have documented were driven in June of 2021, only 1 month after Riolu was exposed for cheating. My main goal with making this video has been to present all the information we
Sorry, bro, that's not my sense of humor.
Discovered to the community. But while doing so, I also want to interject my own opinion here, that I personally think allowing Riolu to immediately return to competing after 10 years of cheating with no suspension is disgraceful, especially to all the Trackmania players that have put great effort and pride towards their legitimate accomplishments. I don't necessarily think Riolu has to receive a permanent ban, but giving no punishment at all apart from having to create a new account really makes it seem like they don't care for the leaderboards. Especially when he cheated on a scale that affected every leaderboard in every major Trackmania game in the last 18 years. It's been close to 4 years since the cheating scandal, and not once in those 1300 days has he taken just one day to apologize. Instead of taking the time to make one apology video, he has found the time to make 65 Trackmania videos on the fake Eddie YouTube account.
Crazy.
And instead of writing one apology to the community, he has written hundreds of YouTube comments on the fake Eddie YouTube account, while also infiltrating communities on Trackmania United and in Trackmania Lagoon under a new name. Before we go on, I want to make it clear that the actual investigation for the video is finished. The next portion is merely an opportunity I'm going to use to talk about the toxicity that is plaguing Trackmania. When trying to figure out if Riolu was driving on the Eddie account, we looked at all the comments written by fake Eddie on YouTube, and it has led to some peculiar findings. Through this process, we noticed 5 other accounts that would write comments on the same Trackmania videos as Eddie, sometimes only minutes apart. Videos on niche channels that only receive a couple of hundred views per video. These accounts all interact in the same threads, they use the same language, they have a strong dislike for the same players, and they reply to comments on old Riolu videos, shutting down people who mock his cheated records. On the list of accounts, you might recognize some of the names. We have Slobodan Medara Donovic, Swag, Cyro, and a username I'll only be pronouncing as Urine. These accounts have left over 1,000 total comments on Trackmania videos in the last 4 years, and it is far too much data to analyze every comment here, nor is it the actual point of this video. But I'll share some short details about each account and how they link back to the imposter. Starting with Cyro,
So has bro just been hating on other like other creators for it, and when anyone points out the fact he cheated, he gets really butthurt about it. Yeah, genuinely, he's just a shit person, and that username is just wild.
Mentioned a very similar username earlier on in the video, in the spiderweb of accounts associated with Riolu. On the following YouTube channels, Cyro has written 5 comments, and 3 of them are within 1 minute of fake Eddie commenting on the same channel. One of them in particular is a rather depressing comment, and as you'll see later, this is unfortunately
that's just disgusting.
A pattern. Cyro can also be seen as a user in Trackmania Discord servers.
That's not even
where he
funny.
most actively discusses 92 bots.
You as yourself should not be saying that you've committed suicide. That is genuinely just mental illness. Or whatever, bro.
Bob and Nico. As a last anecdote, when I asked Nico if he knew anything about the Cyro98 account, he told me he used to suspect that it's Bob. Nico would often stream himself grinding tracks in Discord, and Cyro would watch, muted in the voice call. Anytime Nico set a world record, Bob would contest him quickly afterwards. But as Nico says, perhaps it's just a coincidence. Next up is Slobodan Medara Donovic. The first time I heard about this account was because Nico messaged me and said he'd repeatedly been sent hateful comments by them. And from what I've seen, this account is one of the most toxic in the entire community. Normally I wouldn't bother wasting my own energy or yours on an anonymous hate account like this. But since it is specifically Slobodan Medara who wrote the comment I showed at the beginning, telling me to use my platform to expose toxicity, I figure it is warranted to take a look at some of the things he said. Slobodan Medara has the same activity patterns as Cyro and Eddie, writing YouTube comments minutes apart from fake Eddie several times. This account has gone out of their way to reply to.
It's still insane that he's just copied this guy's entire identity. Every time I see the account now, it makes me so freaked out. Like, oh, I don't know. It's so crazy. And the fact that we've got, like, him just being toxic as well in different accounts and, like, lowering levels of toxicity and then, like, heightening them. Oh, bro, I don't know. Genuinely just disgusting. If you don't, in my chat, it just says, might be a real burner account. That's insane.
Comment on ancient Riolu videos 9 times, shutting down comments that make fun of Riolu for cheating. And like Cyro, Slobodan Medara is also very pessimistic about Riolu's whereabouts. The Reddit user Puchus had long ago noticed that the Slobodan Medara Reddit account had 2 posts from 2013 where Slobodan shared videos from Riolu's YouTube channel, but these posts have since been deleted. After messaging him about it, he was able to track them down. On the 13th of June 2013, Slobodan shared the video of Riolu's world record on Can.
What's it do for mine? Nothing. I'll just kill myself.
Canyon AO1 on the r/gaming subreddit. And on the 7th of July, he shared a video of Riolu's world record on Valley AO1 on r/gaming videos. Slobodan also left 2 now deleted comments on the first post, urging those who saw it to subscribe to Riolu's channel. It is of course possible that Slobodan was a super fan of Riolu and wanted more people to see his fantastic channel, but then one might wonder why he would delete the posts. Slobodan's comments on Reddit after the cheating scandal are often about 92bob, and as Puchus noticed, predominantly about defending Riolu in several instances. And when I made my video about 92bob last year, Slobodan wrote a grand total of 56 comments. It is first one streak of 15 comments on the day the video was posted, before returning one evening, almost half a year later, to drop another 41 comments.
My God.
In a Reddit post Slobodan wrote on the 27th of May, he argued that Black Hue should be permanently banned from the game. On the 27th of May, he argued.
For those unaware, Austrian player Black Hue is mentioned in Virtual Seren's video about mysterious player 92bob for attempting a doxing attack via disguised IP grabber link. Understandably so, as a result, the entire internet has been against Black Hue's actions, wishing he would never return to the game again. Not to forget, Black Hue has been very known for multiple occasions of cheating before, trolling the community, harassing specific players, and being a very unstable person overall. Which I think is fair. He did try to grab IPs on one. I think it's completely valid. Black Hue has now returned for the Desert Car update in TM 2027. World records left, right, and center under the name Schizophrenia 2020. His records are uploaded to the TM 2020 World Record YouTube channel for everyone to see. In my opinion, he should be banished forever, and none of his records should be uploaded anywhere. Black Hue has had enough chances to redeem himself within the community and spat on every chance he has received sooner or later. The community should stop welcoming such individuals that are not contributing anything but a nothing burger. I believe this sends a really bad signal to players within the community, but also the people outside of the Trackmania bubble. Especially given the amount of traction this game receives nowadays, certain lines simply shouldn't be crossed and patterns of behaviour shouldn't be enabled, and I believe Black Hue is one of the very few players, if not the only one ever in existence of Trackmania who deserves such treatment. What's your opinion? My opinion? Get a job, bro. 52 comments is crazy.
Permanently banned from the game, stating in his post that, quote, "In my opinion, he should be banished forever and none of his records, legit or not, should be uploaded anywhere. Black Hue has had enough chances to redeem himself within the community, and has spat on every chance he received sooner or later. The community should stop welcoming such individuals that are not contributing anything but a nothing burger. I believe."
What? No way. Julian McMahon, isn't it? Oh my God, 56 years old, that's crazy. I knew him because he was one of the guys in Charmed. That's so upsetting, bro. Man. That's another movie star died of cancer, bro.
This sends a really bad signal
Ruthless.
to players within the community, but also the people outside of the Trackmania bubble. Certain lines simply shouldn't be crossed, and patterns of behavior shouldn't be enabled, and I believe Black Hue is one of the very few players, if not the only ever, in Trackmania existence, who deserves such a treatment. In order to avoid a lawsuit, which Slobodan did threaten in one of his comments, I will state it clearly that we don't know who is making the comments on the Slobodan Medora accounts. But hypothetically, if it does turn out to be Riolu, then I wonder if he would extend that line of thinking in the post to himself as well, or if this line of logic only applies to those who wronged him and not those he himself wronged. The last thing I'll say about this is that there just so happens to be a post in 2015 on the Cheat Engine forums from a user with the same exact username. The post reads, "Hey, I've stumbled across a little game on Uplay which I was trying to mod with Cheat Engine for single player purposes only. To make it work, I obviously have to hook the process to Cheat Engine, so I'm wondering if Uplay or Steam might get behind it, aka recognize it, and flag my account for hooking third-party tools to the game. Any information on that?" The timing of this post as it relates to Trackmania is peculiar, since just 2 weeks earlier, on the 16th of June 2015, Ubisoft Nadeo unveiled their new game at E3, a Trackmania title that as a PC player would only be available on Uplay. In a reply in the responses he was given, he says, "Thankfully it's not a Valve game, so I'll give it a try soon. Make of that what you will." We have talked a lot about the YouTube comments now, and I don't want to drag out this part for longer than it has to be. But taking a quick look at the last two accounts on the list, they have also alluded to Riolu being gone. They post streaks of negative comments towards Nico, Blackyu, Kimura, Spammy, myself. They post comments on Riolu's old videos defending him. In October of 2021, shortly after Bob began farming coppers on all accounts, both of these accounts...
That run is too bad to be cheated, by the way. These ones were all, how would you cheat? My god.
Shortly after Bob began farming coppers on all accounts, both of these accounts leave YouTube comments begging a top player for coppers. Uren just so happens to have created their account one day apart from Slobodan in 2014, and Swag created his account only 3 weeks after that. Then they don't comment on any of the Trackmania channels we see until 2021, where they all converge and repeatedly comment minutes apart from each other with the same opinions and the same language, too many times to be a coincidence. With all of these things in mind, it can therefore be argued that these comments on these accounts are written by the same person. And as for who that person is, since all these accounts connect back to Fake Eddie, I believe it is most likely Riolu writing these comments. I am officially exhausted, and it's understandable if you are too. Looking at all of this and confronting all the nasty things has made this a very uncomfortable video to create. I thought a lot about if the video should even be made.
I feel so bad for him. Like, he has just had, he basically just went before and, exposed one of his oldest friends for cheating, and now has found out that his oldest friend that cheated is just a psychopath. No wonder he's I feel so bad
After
for him.
contemplating it, I landed on yes, since the community deserves to know and see these things for themselves. I thought about how to make it in the best way possible, and realized that with a subject matter this heavy, there's no good answers. I could summarize the video in 30 seconds, saying, "We discovered that rather than..."
Yeah, if it was thinking about PewDiePie video as well, I can make it a bit more, believable. Or, bullying Pyrocynical on his main. But I think the fact that it is, Trackmania people who kind of quote-unquote wronged him, you know? It's like an agenda, like a vengeance. A vendetta. It's like a vendetta. Yeah, I think that is kind of it.
And apologizing or taking accountability, the biggest cheater in Trackmania began playing on an anonymous account 1 month after being exposed. Nadeo knows this and chose to keep the community in the dark about it with no further explanation. We know Riolu further infiltrated multiple communities, using the identity of his childhood friend without that friend's consent or knowledge, possibly also using the general Cool account to dox a player who strongly disliked his cheating, and possibly leaving 3 years worth of hate comments towards his main opponents on anonymous YouTube accounts, that all link together in a spiderweb of matching activity, patterns of behavior, and language used. But without systematically going through the evidence, who's gonna believe all of that? The downside of making the video this long is that it inevitably could lead some people to think, it's just records in a game, lol, why are you taking it so seriously? All in all, I did the best I could. I made this video because I truly care about the game, and I wanted to continue being a friendly and enjoyable environment to compete in. In order for that to happen, I really count on Nadeo to consider doing the following. I hope Nadeo can check the information only they have access to, such as hardware ID, to verify who has been flooding the leaderboard with the following accounts, and that they can ban these accounts and or the person doing it from the leaderboards. Next, I want Nadeo to figure out who doxed Misu on the general cool account, and I sincerely hope they take this case seriously as it borders on being an actual criminal offense. I hope they can identify who stole Eddie's Trackmania account and impersonated him via hardware ID, and help him retrieve the accounts, as in my conversation with him, he seemed really eager to rediscover his childhood memories. And lastly, I hope Nadeo puts in stronger punishments for cheating, since it should be evident that enabling the worst offenders to compete with no suspension under new names only further propagates the problems in the community. The things I hope that you as a viewer remember from this video is not all the depravity, but the stories like Nico's, so that when you make mistakes, you can better identify the path that leads to the best outcome. And also that when you see hateful comments, they likely stem from hurt and insecure people, who try to hurt others as a way of dealing with their own deficiencies. The way you should deal with these things is not to write hateful comments back, and I urge everyone to stay civil and respectful to the players featured in this video. I will end with the announcement that I'm going to use some of the money this video makes to put up a cash bounty for the first player to drive a 1781 on the track Snow B1. For the past 2 years, the players in the Trackmania United Forever community have made a huge collective effort to try to repair the damage done by cheaters, by beating the cheated record on every official track legitimately. In the fall of 2024, there was only one cheated record left to beat, a 1781 by Riolu on the track Snow B1. Many of the best players got tantalizingly close with several 1782s, but before they managed to beat it, Eddie swept in and grinded to set the first 1781. Now that we know this record was driven by Riolu, it leaves me feeling that the legitimate players got snubbed from completing the project on their own, which they are absolutely capable of without his help. To reward the incoming achievement, I am putting up a $777 bounty to the first 1781 by a non-cheater. The requirements to enter are, perhaps unsurprisingly, that you have to verify your identity after setting the record, as well as live streaming the session and a few other rules. Full requirements can be found in my Discord. That's pretty much all for now. Now that this is off my chest, I will return to making videos that I am passionate about and telling stories that inspire me, rather than internet drama. If you made it all the way here, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing the discussion in the comments. That's all for now. Until next time, have a good one.
Genuinely really enjoyed that video. That was such a cool rabbit hole to jump into. Yeah, that was so sick. I really like how he constantly emphasizes as well. Oh, bro, he comes back with another account that's like pure mental illness. No, but yeah, said no. The thing is he can't. If he gets he can't kill the bounty unless he verifies his identity. Which I think even if he does, they'd just be like, yeah, bro. Even though you got to like, if you're kind of a shit person, we're not giving you that shit. But no, I think it's really nice that he constantly emphasizes the fact he loves the game and the community, not just like the content he's making. I mean, he obviously loves the content because he bases it on the game and community love so much, but like it's nice that he's like, no, I didn't make this video as like a clout thing, or like I think that is insane. The fact he's made an entire like different account that he's just pretending to be this childhood friend of his who he's like probably like stalked on Instagram to see he's got a wife and kids now, and like, oh I used to play with some of my old friends, referencing himself as like this other guy. Is that must be a form of schizophrenia, bro. Like that is genuinely unreal. Yeah, no, bro, like freakiest shit I've ever seen, bro. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you both being here. Sen, please get some sleep. You have work in the morning. And yeah, I think we'll probably do more more heavily focused Elden Ring. Maybe cut it out with like a 20-minute video in the middle and then go back to it again. But I think that was such a good cliffhanger of a video that I couldn't not watch the second part. It was just, I was so into it. And the fact that it went so much deeper than just, yeah, he cheated, guys. He cheated, came back with different accounts, Like, oh, bro, crazy. But yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Bye.